Live.
We sure are.
Hello. Welcome to the Conscious Cast with the guys, episode 9.
Yo.
We have some stuff set up.
Who are you?
Thank you. I'm Days.
I am the Vanilla Boy, spelled with an E, not an I.
Mad Dog motherfucking Miller.
Seth A.M.
And this is Jay.
Oh yeah, we in this bitch.
We have some very relevant topics. We just watched Keaton's fight, so this is going to be catering to that. Noah, the Vanilla Boy, some things happened with him at that fight that are going to go into this, so I'm sure we're going to bust a lot of this stuff open with this. But the first topic, sound good? Okay. First topic is clout.
Check.
I'm going to check it. Can you talk in your mic?
Hello.
Hello. All right. The Vanilla Boy, let's start with you. What is clout?
Being recognized. People knowing your name. I mean, all of it's like being recognized is just a big umbrella over a lot of things that could go into what would be clout. But it's like, for example, like I've done shows in Columbus and we go to the bank and the bank teller's like, Are you the Vanilla Boy? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, I knew that was you. It's like people are remembering me. They know me by my stage name. That feels like clout to me. That's what clout is to me. But yeah, just being recognized.
Can there be good and bad clout?
100%.
What's bad clout?
Well, I mean, cancel culture has kind of blown it out of the water, but like essentially like getting canceled was having bad clout. It's like people knowing you because there's some scandal around your name. That's bad clout. But they know you. They know who you are. If they saw you out in public, they'd be able to spot you, but that's still not good clout.
But is that a negative?
No, not always.
Okay.
It depends on how you take it and what you do with it. Because it's like, for example, Eminem has bad clout, real bad clout, but he uses it to his advantage. It just keeps making him more popular because he's willing to be like, don't care.
So it's at the end of the day, it's good clout though.
All clout is good clout,
Okay.
but there's good and bad clout.
Facts.
It's funny. I'm taking this. I'm asking you now. What is clout?
Dang, it's hard to just describe that, I feel like.
What is clout for you specifically?
This is a very good question.
Well, remember back to when we were about to go into where you were going to fight. And remember what you said. I forget what led up to it, but do you remember where you were like, everybody's here because of me? And then your grandpa was like, hopefully his head can fit through the door.
Okay, so I guess, the ability to attract and get people to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
And it
That
seems
would
like
be that,
it
yeah.
seems like you are totally under the impression that clout from love and clout from hate are just as good.
Yeah.
Either one is fine.
Facts, yeah.
I would say like another form of clout that you get is like all these people, including his teammate. Well, I don't know, like all the people that were coming up to you and being like, bro, I was like looking forward to this fight. All the people that weren't even there that are asking about it. That's clout, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's just like built around your name and the wave that you're creating.
Facts.
So
yeah, and that's what I was saying in the cage too. Was like when Brendan announced the highlight bout of the evening. I was like, I am the highlight bout.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
bro.
I am the highlight bout. Yeah,
That
I mean
seems
that's
like
what it
clout,
was.
bro.
Because like I told him before the cast started, like I made a grappling match look like a fucking movie.
yeah.
And when you say shit like that, and when you record shit and people get to hear you saying it, they're like, why does he think he's so good? What makes him so special? Fuck this guy. I'm gonna prove him wrong. That was Levi's response to you. That's why he couldn't hold still for an interview.
Dude.
But anyway.
That's why he didn't show up, is because he knows exactly why I think these things and why I act the way I act.
Yeah.
He wanted no part of it.
He can't handle the heat, bro.
We're gonna have a special guest next week as well. You just dropped his name, Brennan Evans. He is the announcer and the commentator at Fierce Fight. Is it Fierce Fight or Fierce Fighter?
Fierce Fight series, yeah.
Fierce Fight series. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which he's also commentated at Iron. He commentated.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he commentated with the get hit from the back man at Iron. And see, that's the thing, man. Like, so hyped up for no reason, bro. I'm extremely still disappointed.
Understandably so.
Yeah, bro, I get that. But Brendan brought up our podcast, the guys' podcast, the Conscious Cast. He let Keaton take the mic after his fight. There was no other fighter on the card that did that. And that is a type of clout to me, is the fact that he brought up our podcast and he was like, gotta let me be a guest on there. And then it's like, of course we would let you be on a guest on there, bro. Why wouldn't we? And it's like, that's clout to me because that tells me that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Like, people are talking about this podcast, even if it's in small numbers right now. The fact that someone else is going to bring it up to us, especially in an environment like that, which is something that we don't even talk about too much. We just obviously have a fighter on the panel.
Yeah.
But
that feels like clout.
Dude, yes. That feels like clout. Having Brendan say that shit was very affirming.
Seems exciting. It seems like not even just exciting to us, exciting to them.
Yeah.
Like, why would he bring it up unless he was not genuinely interested in being a part of that?
True.
Correct.
And it makes me want to leak into the fight scene more with, commentating. Or just, talk. It's like what Joe Rogan does, really.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's just behind the scenes, or he's not right in the action, honestly, but he's just calling out everything that he's seeing because he loves the sport and he knows so much about it.
And we can start getting, fighters on here.
Yes,
like
bro. What if it was
we were
one
talking
of your,
about that, bro.
One of your opponents?
Hey, bro, Connor, Poe, if you want to fucking pull up, let's do it.
That would be great.
fantastic.
Would that be the conflict cast?
Yeah, that would be the conflict cast.
The
for
conflict
sure.
cast,
Shit,
bro.
yeah. Y'all would have to be yo. That would be kind of sick for y'all to be mediating
Yeah,
against me
bridging.
and ask questions.
We would have to be objective in the,
Yeah.
in the questions. It couldn't be catered
that
to
would
be
be
like, oh, dude,
interesting.
Keaton, what are you gonna fuck him up, bro? Like,
Dude, yeah, I don't know if I would do all that. Of course, at the end of the day, it's going to be I'm rooting for one of the guys. I'm
Fair.
rooting for my boy. That's who I want to win, obviously, if I had to pick. But it's
Connor's enough of a savage to where he would fuck with it. Especially he could bring his dudes and stuff.
yeah, I mean, they're allowed
Right.
to bring their friends.
and I respect the fact that someone's willing to go in the cage. That's no easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I don't know, bro. It's starting to get easier. Oh, well, that last time was different, but
you think so?
bro, I literally was trying to get amped up for the fight, and I just couldn't.
Were you,
I just couldn't.
not nervous or anything?
No.
I do got a question though. I haven't got to see the fight, but I heard that you didn't fight who you were planning to. So how was it? Because you go through all those weeks training a specific way for that specific person. How was it having to mentally be they just completely flipped your victim? You know what I mean, or your enemy or whatever. Yeah, I love that. You know what I'm saying, dog? So how was that? How was that mental thing?
Shit. For me, I feel like it's because I have the style to no matter who I fight, I'm going to figure you out with something, with anything, because I have my skill set very diverse. And especially with this one, it was just grappling, and I've been grappling since I was in middle school, so it was very comfortable with me. And I knew he was a whole weight class below me, so there was a lot of comfort there. Yeah, I had even more advantages than Levi, especially because I don't have to worry about getting hit in the face or none of that shit. So, but normally I would say even so, I would have fought MMA with a 45er if that was an option, if it was MMA. But yeah, I'm just very confident in my ability to figure people out with what I have. So,
Bro, you standing up after you tapped him and doing this number, That shit was fucking fire.
Yeah, I was very hyped. And yeah, and I wasn't even trying to fucking I didn't even like his head was like kind of up here, and so I might have like just pressed that carotid artery enough, but I was just trying to apply pressure to get my legs loose, and then I heard him go, "Halt!" And I was like, "Well, let me just squeeze here," and then he tapped. So I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna find that finish." And that's what I'm really harnessing in. I feel like it's my ability to actually find the finish instead of chasing it and shit like that.
Fair.
Do you like the ground game?
Yeah, it's much better than in MMA wise, in jiu-jitsu wise even. It's just more. It makes more sense to me than just wrestling did, because it's like you couldn't even just wrap your arm around their body and connect them with your hands. Like you had to either have one arm around the body and then this one touching an arm. Like you couldn't just, you know what I'm saying?
I think so.
In wrestling?
Yeah.
Like you can't lock in wrestling.
Yeah, just around the body. Like you have to be. It's just the little aspects of it.
Using some kind of technique.
Yeah. Instead of just
punch them.
facts, that aspect is, just the whole full fight aspect of it is really attractive to me.
I'm more interested in the fighting, especially since watching that Izzy fight with, was it Driscus? Dricus. Okay, I didn't know what his name was. Yeah, as bad as that sounds. Because he literally just beat Sean Strickland, didn't he?
Yeah, in a very close decision. Yeah, and I was actually talking about that to her earlier. I was like, dude, it is unfortunate how I am a better striker than the UFC middleweight champion of the world. Because what the
Bro, that's fucking funny.
It's unbelievable.
Who, do you have your sights on anybody in the UFC? Like, once you make it, you're like, okay, I'm ready to fight this fuckface.
Raul Rosas Jr.
Who,
That
bro?
mother.
Hold on, I'm looking him up. What's his name?
Raul Rosas Jr. He's a
I was just checking.
like 19-year-old. He's like 19. And he was like 17 when he was on the
I
Contender
know who you're talking
Series to
about.
fight into the UFC. Yeah, I want to fight that dude. That's gonna
Why?
I think it's a little personal reasons because when you're in high school and shit, you always dream of being the dude that makes it early. And I'm like, dude, I want to be like the teenager. Which I kind of have that. That's kind of why I was attracted to the Levi fight, is because he was calling me little, like, and I'm, oh, you're just a boy, and I'm like, bro, this is literally like what I want is that mindset. And so he has that.
Yeah.
Getting into the UFC at 17 to 18, that's like, bro. So just that aspect, I guess. Just let me fight my jealousy off.
Fair. You know, I mean, that's an honest answer, so.
Plus, I mean, stylistic. That'd be a big fight because I'm going to talk shit, and I'm just going to be a big fight no matter who I fight. Like I made the grappling match look like a movie because of me.
And also, Levi was never gonna get that big of a fight unless he was fighting you.
Yeah, it would. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Levi does not know.
He
how
would
to
not have
promote
been
like
at the
that.
top of the
No.
bill past Sal Williams. I'm not gonna lie, Sal Williams is a fucking dog, bro. He would not have been past that fight.
No, he would not have.
I don't even know how I did, to be honest.
You got the clout. For that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask you one more question about this, and then I really want to ask
yeah, move
Jaden
on.
and Seth what cloud is, but I'm very interested.
I'm getting a lot of attention right now.
Yeah, this is great.
Feeling comfortable.
It seems like you love. This is one of your biggest priorities: is entertaining the crowd.
He said this is great.
Is that intentionally, or are you just fighting how you want to fight, and that just happens to be how you like to fight?
A big time both, because I think it comes from my nature of, or my, not nature, I guess nature of watching WWE when I was little. And, like, that's what I was into since I can remember. And so, yeah, entertaining the crowd and, like, understanding that people are going to hate me and, like, it's a part of the game. It just all comes natural.
Yeah, I mean, you like taunting. You like
Yeah.
you like portraying that you not only think you're better than someone, but you know you're better than someone. You love doing all these things, and it stirs up the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
they either love you or they hate. There's no, like, he's okay. Like, you can't have an opinion about Mad Dog as a fighter and say he's okay. It's not realistic. You're
It's
not
one
paying
or the
attention.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either you are fully against him or you are fully for him. Like,
Which I
that's-
think me forcing a dude who they know and have known for years to literally just go ghost mode on the day of the fight. They're like, yeah, okay, this kid is probably for real. Especially, and then I go out there and still
Beat whoever.
do, like, it literally, like, went out there and made it look like how I should make it look.
Dude, we walk out still. It's not like, oh, the
Yeah.
fight's like different, so it's like we're just not gonna give it that much effort. It's like we're still walking out like it's the biggest fight you've ever had.
Because I did not want to go out there and still
Yeah, and that's how it should be, because it's like, dude, every show I do, it's like if I go out there and I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this, it's whatever. It's like the show's gonna be stupid because I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
And it's like you care about the perception of you just as much as your skill, which is like a good thing. I was also gonna say, like, do you think it's just like you've always had your sights just set on the limelight? It's like you tried to rap at one point. It's like if you were into WWE and that was like interesting, it's like no matter what you were doing, you were looking for the limelight because you just like being an entertainer.
Yeah.
And it's like you just capitalize on the platform that you've built for yourself to entertain people.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes it bigger. We were talking about it, I think on the way home. We were like the fact that you have me walking you out and you like want to make it this big thing and you want to talk on the mic and like all this, it's just like showing how much you care about what's happening compared to all the other motherfuckers that just go out there just to show up, say nothing, fight, leave. It's like,
Yeah.
what do you have no ambition past the fighting itself.
Because they set that standard for themselves because they don't want to disappoint themselves.
Right.
I'm willing to disappoint myself when I'm 30. I'm willing to. It just as you guys are. That's why you're still grinding at 28, 30.
Well, it's like
24.
we understand that making
20
mistakes.
How you're 25, 6?
24.
24.
Make it feel
Bro,
young.
this dude is working his fucking ass off.
It's
Yeah,
like
today still.
we are understanding that making mistakes is how you grow.
Yeah.
And they've already been like, I've made enough mistakes. I can't do anything else. Like, if I fuck up again, then that's another fuck up. Like,
That's the end.
yeah.
Final nail
But
in the coffin.
my coach Sean said it perfectly at the fights. We were talking about it. I was like, Coach, you're the only one who understands me, because he was just talking about me talking shit and shit like that. And he was like, you're just differentiating yourself. And I was like, that is the word.
You're
Like,
individual.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's no other Mad Dog Miller.
It's like when
Never
you
will
tell
be.
me like
Facts.
the Vanilla Boy has his own sound. It's like you are just not like any other fighter that is in the scene.
Exactly. And it's crazy how I like intentionally did that. And it's just like
That's why it works.
slowly happening and it's working.
If you do things with
And it's
intention,
just like it's all about the intention.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we were like, what if you tried to talk on the mic after you win? It's like there's so many implications just in that statement. We know you're gonna win. Like you're gonna ask for the mic for when you win. Why the fuck would you want the mic if you lost?
Bro, it's funny. I didn't even think about that until like after I was walking towards you guys. Literally after I like sorted it out between Brendan and then Stuart.
Yeah.
I was like, I went up to Brendan and said, "Hey, after the match, can I speak on the mic?" And he asked Stuart. I said, "Hey, can I speak on the mic after I asked Stuart?" He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna say?" I was like, "Well, I won't try to cuss this time."
this time.
Because at the way is I cussed a few times, and then I.
It's like, bro, what is the deal with the cussing?
I don't know,
It's
bro.
like,
They're fighting, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
being called a pussy is the name of the game, bro.
yeah, the best fights are like the bloody ones. It's like they're trying to, they want it to be
Yeah.
something.
It's like when the walkout music has to be kid friendly,
Edited?
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every
Wow, I
fight,
didn't
like
even
if you look
notice
at
that.
it, like my second fight, my kickboxing fight against Connor, the whole beginning, because it was like Snoop Dogg, was blurred out.
Dude, I
basically.
fucking
Talking about
hate that.
smoking it up and shit.
That shit is so dumb.
It's like, well, they're coming here to watch a fist fight.
We
Yeah,
tried.
it's like,
What are
where's the
we
line?
censoring?
Why
Yeah.
is this a line?
I don't know.
But shit, what is clout to you, Jaden? I'm actually interested in your response
Hey.
for that.
I didn't
You're a
really know what clout
blaster.
was before this. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I feel like
Yes,
I feel
have
like
no idea.
because I was super interested. We've had a few days where we've just like binge watched your old FJ and production videos, and I feel like that got some traction at those times. Like people in school were talking about it and shit. I bet.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, was that a form of clout to you?
Kinda. I mean, mostly it's for fun. Also, I would still make them. I just need people to make them with me.
Yeah,
I would make a
about
video.
it, dude. Yeah,
I'd make
that's-
one tonight. Like, you know what I mean? I love making those videos. For me, it was just fun. I don't know if I would say it was clout. A lot of people thought they were funny, and I appreciate it. You know, I enjoyed when someone watched a video or I don't know. I just like when people laugh, and it was fun. I don't know.
So it makes you feel good that people would want to watch your video and also not even just watch it, but find it funny. And it's like, in a way, that's a form of clout. It's like you're putting something out there that is making people talk about you.
Yeah.
Whether that be good or bad. It's like they're still talking about you.
Yeah, I don't care as long as they're laughing.
Right.
Clout
At
is
me or
like-
with me.
Clout is like it's very similar to recognition. Recognition is when an individual is able to like rate your value and recognize and give credit to like what you're capable of and what you are doing. And clout is the recognition on a like broad scale for that recognition. So when people recognize how much you're recognized,
Fair.
when it's like somebody hears your name and they know, wow, millions of people know that guy's name. It's not even just that they know his name. They know, everyone knows that everyone knows Kanye.
True.
That's clout. It's like we all recognize how much we recognize him and give him the credit for what he does and the bad shit he does and all the different things he does. Like we all recognize who Kanye is. We would literally recognize him. If I fucking saw Kanye in the store, I would recognize him.
Yeah.
And then I would also just have that credit in my mind of like, I know who this guy is, and I know that fucking everybody else in the store knows who he is, and everybody fucking knows who this guy is. Yeah.
Right.
They'd be like, oh, that looks like Kanye.
Facts.
I'm going to do some sidestepping here because this is one of my favorite questions. The next topic is manipulation. And the question is, what is manipulation? And if nobody wants to start, I could.
I mean, I'll let you start.
No. If you have an answer, go right ahead.
Oh, okay.
That was more of a cop-out.
Oh,
than
okay,
anything.
okay. It's funny because I've been reading about this recently, and manipulation is something that literally every single human being does. Manipulation is the practice of getting somebody to do something that they normally wouldn't do. And a lot of the times it's based on what you want them to do or what you might even think is best for them. That you can manipulate in any way to just get them to not do the thing that they would normally do. It's like if you want somebody to stop smoking cigarettes all the time, you might manipulate them by giving them the information that like, hey, cigarettes will kill you. It's like that is a form of manipulation because you're trying to get them to do something they wouldn't do. But
Like you're saying it like it would be in their best interest.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's manipulation has a bad context around it because it's used in a lot of negative scenarios like couples manipulating each other or bosses manipulating their employees or like but good bosses will still manipulate their employees, but they'll manipulate them in a way that's like getting them involved and making them like take action and do things that's best for the company and best for them. Like it's like it can be good and bad.
I agree. Did you ever? I'm sure you did it with your siblings as a kid. I did it, but I would let my sister play my game, and one of the controllers was not plugged
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a form of manipulation.
It's like, oh
here.
wow, you really got him.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm just playing by myself.
Yeah.
Why is it a split screen? It's like, don't worry about it. We're both on screen. It reminds me of another thing I do with my little sisters. We all have siblings here. You have siblings, right? Yeah, I met your sister. When I was a kid, I have a sister that is a decade younger than me. I have another sister that's 22 years younger than me, but never met her. Anyway, the one that's a decade younger than me, I would be like, we would always have soda in the house, and I'd be like, I bet if you went to grab me a Pepsi, you'd be really slow. And she was like, no, and like she'd run and grab me a Pepsi and shit.
Yeah.
Bro. And I remember the day that shit quit working, and it was crazy. Like, damn it, I can't manipulate you anymore. That sucks. She was like, I'm not grabbing you a Pepsi. I was like, what do you mean? You're just slow. And she was like, no, I'm not grabbing you a Pepsi. And I'm like, oh, you see right through it now, you cunning little fucking. But I didn't have to worry about it after that. Did you ever have to go through any of that with your siblings?
Manipulation,
Yeah.
definitely. I would say I was more on the other end because I had 2 older siblings.
I was the oldest. Was it like the same stuff?
Yeah, I mean, just in some way or another convincing me to do something for them or whatever.
Fair. Are you the oldest? Middle child? You have a brother and a sister? Interesting. He learned what he needed to learn and then bounced.
Except I had a sister, and I was the younger brother to a brother, so I didn't get to do as much as I got done to me.
Fair.
Such as fighting, like especially it got to a point where I was like, dude, this isn't even fun anymore. Like, you're just annoying me. I don't want to play with you.
I mean, like,
play fighting with you.
manipulation even goes down to like this conversation, like when you ask somebody a question, you want them to give an answer. If you had never asked the question, they would have never even spoken, or they would have said something different. When you ask a question, that's manipulation. When somebody answers that question with an answer that's like, what is manipulation? And they say, manipulation is this, this, and this. They're trying to get you to believe that manipulation is this, this, and this. They're manipulating you into believing something. So a conversation itself is just a bunch of manipulation going on.
Mm.
And I just manipulated all of you just now, literally. And you.
Damn. That's conscious as fuck.
Yeah.
That's Fight Club as fuck.
That was fucking Fight Club right there. Don't talk about it.
Shit.
What about you, Jaden? What is manipulation to you? Have you had to deal with your fair share of manipulation in your life? What are you, the youngest?
Am I the youngest?
Well, you're younger than him. I forgot. There's a
This
bunch of siblings hanging around.
They're in the room, dog.
I'm sorry, I forgot. It's like there's a relationship here, a relationship there, a relationship all over
the
here.
youngest in the room. I was like, there's even younger than.
I just lost some track. Sorry. All right, sorry. You were the middle child. Did you manipulate this one over here?
I don't think so, because he's my older brother, so obviously dominated me, and then she's pretty sassy, so she dominated me, and I'm kind of just laid back, so I'd say I took more than I might have dealt.
I would say
Fair.
Dan was more like you.
Oh, fair.
Like if it was like shotgun, he'd probably just sit in the back rather than deal with the fight of like getting shotgun.
But
Well-
dude, that's just David. That's just David manipulating Noah into not fighting with him about the front seat.
I don't know, that front seat was a big deal between me and Alyssa for many years.
Fair,
Many
but
years.
there are things where it's like you just be like, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't even want to deal with that. No,
Yeah.
you can just have it. Fuck it.
I had to learn early on to pick and choose battles.
Do you think that throughout the childhood, Alyssa was the less thought of child
As in like the less thought of child from the parents?
from elders?
No, she got all the thought.
We called her princess.
Yeah, literally everybody catered to Alyssa.
Who do you think
and-
was?
Now, she
then?
was like 6.
Fair.
7.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like obviously now it's a little bit different, but it's
Yeah.
like growing up with her. Yeah, it was like she just got pretty much whatever she wanted. Exactly. That was the thing. It was like Jaden got everything he wanted until you were born.
Yeah.
Like, it's like it was just that was the parenting style that was going on over there. So it was like I had to deal with Jaden until finally Alyssa was born. Now I had somebody on my team because he was getting the shit into the stick now.
Well, I only had 4 years, all right. And then she spawned, and then she had like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, Jaden's word choice is
But
so
yeah,
fucking
shortly after
perfect,
she
bro. I
showed
love
up,
this
I
shit.
joined this guy's cult because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, nah, bro.
Dude, the whole time I'm like, dude, you get whatever you want. Shut the fuck up. And then he's like, no, I don't, wah. And then Alyssa was born, and she's like, I get whatever I want, wah. And he was like, dude, you were right the whole time. Like, but he has to live with her. It was like I just had to see him on the weekends, bro. It was like,
Yeah, the topic should have been siblings. I realized within the
Yes.
second person, it should have been siblings.
Speaking of clout, this is the dude I was talking about. Sent me voice messages.
Bro. Have you listened to
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, shit, bro. Have you opened up any of that? No. Okay, fair enough. Siblings is great. Yeah. Dude, I love that we're recording this. This is so fucking funny. But siblings. How many siblings are there total among you guys?
among us three or just everybody in the room?
Well, yeah, I get like because you guys have different moms, different dads.
Yeah.
Like, what's the?
So I have
Yeah, he's got the most.
Damn. Carry the two.
Carry the two.
I have 8 that I have regularly interacted with through my life. Now, my biological sperm donor has a couple of kids, so that racks on another like
That's a
2
good
or
title.
3. And then
The BSD.
I had another cousin that got adopted that's not in the family anymore, but so like yeah, I didn't really like interact with Rylan a whole lot. Just when I was hanging out with Jaden.
What was that like growing up with that many siblings? Like, how long were you?
Well, at first it was just I had these 2, and then I had 3 on my mom's side.
Mm.
And then it was like when I was like 18, she adopted 4 of my cousins. Yeah, so it was just like
But you were out by the time you were 18.
yeah, pretty much I was out of the house as soon as that happened. And then what'd you say? What was it like?
What was it like to be?
And I was the
'cause-
oldest.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you were the oldest. So what was it like? How long were you an only child?
I was like 3.
So you were as old
3 or
as I
4,
was whenever
yeah.
I. So you are at least 3 years older than the second eldest, right?
Wait. Say that again.
You're 3 years older than the second eldest.
Yeah, Jaden is the closest in age to me.
Did you guys
of
live
my
together?
siblings. No, I was always just there on the weekends.
Besides a couple months.
Do what?
Couple
Well, oh
months,
yeah,
yeah.
like after I was 18, yeah, we lived together for a
shacked up
little
a
bit.
little
When?
bit,
How
it
old
was
were you
fun.
when you started living in the same house as one of your siblings? All the time.
I was like, how old are you when you go to kindergarten? 6?
5.
6, 5.
Well, I mean, unless you started, you're late. It should be 5.
5. Yeah, probably around then.
So how was?
My brother Peyton was born when I was like in kindergarten.
So how was that? Did you pretty much have to raise him, or?
No, his dad was around,
Oh,
and he was like, I loved it. I loved having siblings. Like I wanted to like help my mom and like do shit like, but he would get so mad. Payne would be so pissed because he wanted my mom to do everything, and I would like want to tie his shoes for him, and he'd be like, "No, I don't want to."
oh shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's like I've always, other than these 2, because they were just not really around me a whole lot, but I've always like been involved. And then like once Mike was out of the picture, it was literally me and my mom. So
Damn.
like Peyton was just getting old enough to take care of the younger siblings, but it was like me for a few years after they split up.
Fair. Seth, how many siblings do you have?
Not 10. I have 2 older brothers. That's both of my parents. And then my mom has another son with the guy that was my stepdad for a while. And then my dad has a daughter with a woman who was my stepmom for a while. And then he has 2 more kids, a daughter and a son, with his current girlfriend. But they've been together for like 20 years. So what's that, like
His current mate.
7, including me?
Damn. Can you give me that mic? No, you're good.
I don't have any adoptive siblings or anything like that. I just
Yeah.
have
I don't think it'll reach,
half
honestly.
siblings, and then my 2 older brothers
Yeah,
are
this is
my
the tightest
full
cord for
siblings.
sure.
Fair, and you were the.
Yeah.
You just had 2 older brothers for the longest time, right?
For
That was,
8.5 years.
Yeah.
how was that?
Look,
time
you
period?
started it.
I mean, it was like
They're only hearing my side of this too. Like, sorry.
There's another
Sorry,
conversation.
sorry,
going on.
sorry. That's not very conscious of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
that's not very Christian of you.
yeah. The Christian cast.
Oh God, please. Literally, oh God, please.
Thank you. How was it having 2 older brothers till I was 8.5?
Yeah.
I was the youngest kid. I was kind of like, I kind of got everything for a while
Because you were the baby.
because I was the baby, and I was just like, anything I said was believed.
Oh, but from your.
Sounds
mom?
about right.
Yeah, and my stepdad.
I never got that treatment.
Yeah, of course you didn't, because you were the oldest.
Yeah, that's funny to think about.
Your sister did though.
Oh yes. I'm gonna go into. My sister's gonna love this episode because I'm gonna be going into my siblings, but I wanted to hear more about Seth.
I can't remember exactly how it all happened, but like at some point, my dad went into the military. I was like 2, I think, and like I didn't see him again until I was like 9, or maybe a little bit, like a couple times in between. I don't know, but it was mostly just me living with my mom and my dad's mom. We all lived together, so I was more taken care of by my grandma.
And not your
and my
brothers?
mom. My brothers, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. And then my mom got remarried when I was like 4,
Damn.
and they were together for a few years. We ended up moving into a house, and I mean, I don't know. It was just like we lived real close to the high school. There was a lot of kids. We always went outside and just hung out with people.
Were you hanging around a lot of kids older than you?
Yeah, but also my age.
Fair.
Like that's when I met Josh.
Right.
Was when we lived in that house. And I hung out with him sometimes, but I was more likely to be the one that stayed home if I did. If anybody left, it was definitely those 2.
I feel like it, because did they have to babysit you?
No.
Fair.
I ended up, when I did eventually have a younger brother, my mom had a kid with my stepdad. And then they got divorced. And we all moved into like a house without him. And my cousin lived with us, and she was helping babysit until I was about 10. And we moved into what's now Ivy Green Apartments.
Oh, yeah.
And I started babysitting my younger brother.
Mm.
And they just went off. My 2 older brothers they were hanging out with Josh, and then we also had a friend named Dylan. They were making music, and they were.
Oh damn! At what age?
They probably started. Jordan started playing guitar when he was like 9,
Damn.
and Cody started playing drums around the same time.
That's impressive. Couldn't stick with shit.
But
when
they
I was
didn't
that
start
age.
being like in a band and like really making music until they were probably like 14 or 15.
But did they stick with it that whole time?
I mean, it was like very in and out. Like they would have a band with members, and then like that wouldn't work out. So but they definitely stuck with
Making
the
music.
skill.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and it's like I started in as well around the time I was like 14 or 15, and we ended up being in a band together for like a year and a half.
You and your brothers?
Yeah, and Dylan, the guy that was. But then eventually, Dylan quit. But we also had another friend named Brandon. He didn't come along until way later. We were probably like 17 when we met Brandon, but he was like a solid member of the band. I would make music. He ended up getting an audio engineering degree. He lives in Richmond, and I would definitely make music with him. He's dope.
That's cool. I didn't have any brothers. I had a cousin.
Was it
Dude, you
peaceful?
could have been in a band with your sister, right?
No, it was not. Did you ask if it was peaceful? Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh my God. I have one major sister, and I only say major because I lived with her for most of my life. She's 3 years younger than me. She'll probably be watching this episode. Her name's Taylor. Spelled with an E, not an O. But I have three
An
other
E, not a O.
sisters. I have a sister that I didn't find out about until I was like 16. That's my age. She's like 3 months younger than me. And if you connect the dots long enough, that means, bingo, my dad cheated on my mom while she was pregnant with me. But, yeah. So I have a sister who lives in the same town that I do, I think. I think she's still in the same town as me. But she's like 2 or 3 months younger than me. Never talked to her. I had an opportunity to talk to her one time, and I was like, I'm going to work. Like, I did not take that opportunity. And then I have another sister that's 10 years younger than me. I have a very interesting relationship with her because she was like an ADHD, like a pretty bad example of an ADHD, someone that has hyper ADHD disorder or whatever it is. She was just bouncing off the walls all the time, finding any reason to scream, bang shit, knock on doors and open doors and shut them, and just eat as much candy as she could possibly get her greasy fingers on. And then I have another sister who was born 2 years ago because every time my dad gets out of jail, he somehow finds enough time to move some random not so good girl in with him into our grandma's house and knock her up before he goes back to jail for 5 more years. Yeah, my dad is the man. But
It's like, is being a fucking lowlife actually what makes you most likely to reproduce?
bro, I don't know. He just
This is evolution in the making.
Well,
you know, Mike?
yeah.
Not mine. I'm talking about my siblings.
It's like,
You have to rip from my dead hands.
is it really evolution? Is like the scum of like a species like reproducing massively, but not really going anywhere with those species because they just stay in all the scum? Is that
they
like?
never get out
But
of
then
it.
they're more likely to reproduce apparently because they're scum and they just
Well-
will go to jail and get out and fuck a woman and
Well, it's crazy to find how low you'll let your standards go.
Right, that's what I was
Like,
saying. It's
yeah,
like you're gonna
like-
have kids with like the people that those kids are gonna have no chance from.
But if you have 1,000 kids from 1,000 different low chance women,
Half of them will die.
if
probably.
even 5% of those 100 kids live, you got 5 good kids. 5.
Are they good
By
though?
good,
if
do you
they're
mean
like,
alive?
yeah,
Or
like that's what
like
I'm getting at. Is like,
good as in like they
are their
survive
genetics gonna be good? Are they gonna
I'm
be
not-
like able to reproduce because they're not attractive? Are
topic.
they gonna be like?
Like all I'm saying is, David's dad.
he can really get it in if he wants
Dude, all we know is he's very fertile.
to. Yeah.
He's prolific.
He'll probably have a kid at 70 and then go to jail for his last time somehow.
Die in
some way.
jail?
Yeah, probably.
He's gonna be on his deathbed and he's gonna call you and be like, "Hey, son."
Do I want that? Is that what you just asked?
It's like if David's dad had 50 kids and David's one of them, at least
True.
True.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
That's your only purpose on Earth. Is to
Well-
reproduce, if you really think about it.
Is David's mom part of the scum?
well, he managed
I
to
wouldn't say
convince
so.
her.
Did you
Fuck
say
you, Mom.
Did you say you would or
I
wouldn't?
said would not.
He would
Okay,
not.
I
He
was
would
like,
not. To
damn.
be clear,
not.
would
It's
not say that.
Apostrophe
So,
NT.
but
Wouldn't.
what I'm getting at is like, okay. So Alicia, or whatever her fucking
Oh,
name
okay,
is,
Okay.
is legit in the scum. She was
Oh,
she was
yeah, I
already
know what you're
there
talking about.
when he had a kid with her.
Yeah,
Your mom
yeah.
was probably on the right track at least somewhat.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
she
like-
was very young.
But
Yeah,
she still picked this guy.
right, but he also picked her, and then it's like,
He'd pick anybody.
I don't know.
well, that's
He
the
has
point
no
I'm making.
standard.
His genetics are gonna be very bad unless he convinces some not very bad person to have a child with him, which he did. So that, I would say that
Thanks, Mom.
what's the word? It supports your argument of I mean, if 100 kids and 5 of them are good.
Good.
And this is
Yeah.
why we have prodigies.
Yeah, I love that.
And he can only exist as a prodigy because the 50 other kids got born and are the audience.
yeah, audience is a good word. They're all sisters.
Sorry,
too,
audience. I
so-
wasn't.
But
All of the audience members are
Right.
David's siblings.
yes.
Is that like almost like the thing about like one person in the family is gonna have like aspirations and dreams to actually do something with them, and then like the rest of the family, like if there's a rich family, it's because one person had those dreams and aspirations and the rest followed it, and they got that motivation from them.
Yes.
Like Tristan Tate probably would not have been anything in kickboxing if Andrew
Or just in the limelight in general.
precisely if Andrew just didn't have it like that.
Fair.
And that it's not to say that he's not skilled.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that his proliferation is not as high.
Mhm.
He's
Define.
not spreading himself. He's not.
Yeah, I don't even know what that meant, but that
It's
I
like
fuck with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
was
what
Fight
is
Club.
what is
To,
prolific?
to proliferate is to like have a lot of kids or to spread something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're proliferating information, you're giving it out. You're handing out pamphlets.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
If you're prolific
Bam.
as a person, as a member of your species, it means you're making a lot of yourself. You're spreading your genes around.
Mm.
And what I mean by Tristan is prolific as in spreading his clout
Yeah, like
prolific
being
as in
able to put
spreading
himself in
himself.
that.
and the idea of him. It's like Andrew was the one that was good at spreading awareness of Andrew. And just even as like a result of that, Tristan also got that attention.
And
That's
his
his name,
value's
right,
still there,
Tristan?
too.
Dude, yeah, that's why I'm like very convinced that David said this multiple times. It's like it's just gonna take one of us to like get on.
Or all of us.
Well,
this could be it.
Yeah, fair. But what I'm saying is like, dude, if like let's say all of a sudden Keaton's in the UFC,
Yeah.
bro, people are gonna be asking about his entourage. They're gonna want to know about the guys.
Dude, if fucking Jay does some fucking tests on a frog and discovers the cure of cancer, we're on.
Right. It's like
Facts.
if I had all of a sudden the #1 song in the world, it's like people are going to know who you guys are because not just because I am getting on, but because everybody in this group is like expressive of what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. It's like we all want to be talking in front of cameras. We want to be doing interviews. We want to be like doing shit that gets us in the limelight. And it's like if I get on, and then it's like that just gives Keaton another avenue to tap into once we start meeting a bunch of people for him to meet the promoters of the UFC and be like, dude, I want to get in. Like I have a lot of talent. And this is like my like shit. It's like
the same thing with like I never understood about like YouTube rappers. Is like, what the fuck does it matter if they're rapping and you were watching? Or like
if you weren't watching, is that what
Yeah.
you said? Fair.
yeah, like because like if you're making it, it doesn't matter how you're making it if you're making it.
Yeah.
Like if we all individually blew up from people watching the podcast, and I'm like a podcast fighter and you're a podcast rapper and
Right.
shit like that, it's like
You were just a fighter
the-
on a podcast, bro.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter how you get there.
It's like
get
if you're the one that everybody's paying
No,
to
I hear you.
see because you were the podcast fighter, it's like they're still paying to see you, bro. Like they're still like trying to come watch you fight and talk about you. Even if that's just because they saw you on the podcast, that doesn't mean they're not interested in you being a fighter.
Bro, so like this chick from the gym. Oh my god, it was so funny. It was actually very coincidentally like one of the only times this camp Alyssa came to the gym.
Of course.
And literally, bro, literally. And this chick came up to me and she's like, "Hey, are you the one I see clips of on the podcast?" And I was like, yeah. It like instantly Alyssa was in the Muay Thai room and like stood up and turned the corner. And she
So
said
what are you guys talking about?
literally. And And I was like, she asked another question, and I was like, yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, just to like let her be known.
Yeah, you're
It
making
was
it a
like-
point that your girl is also here. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, watch the fuck out, because I don't care what you train up in here, she will ruin your
Yeah.
shit, bro. And but it's like, yeah, that's just like that clout.
Dude, the
talking
fact
about.
that somebody came up to you and asked you if you were the one on the podcast is crazy.
Yeah.
That shit is fire. That means this shit is getting around. People are talking about it.
Yes, bro.
Like, that means that she either knows somebody that we know. Well, that would have to be what it is.
Or just the clip was
Just somehow went onto her
she just-
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and then she was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then looked at other clips and was like, "Oh, there's more and more and more." And it's like,
I will say though, she says what's up to Kenny and stuff like that. She's very
What's
like
that bowl still?
touchy feely,
of course.
which is why I'm also glad that chick that said what's up to me about the podcast, where she said something and then you stood up and turned the corner in the Muay Thai room, and you were like, the tall mixed chick with the big forehead.
The big
I didn't want to
Dude,
say it, but you
she's
were.
gonna see this, bro. She's gonna see this.
She ain't gonna watch the full pod.
Yeah, fair. She just wants the clip.
Yeah,
She just wants the
exactly.
clip clout.
You
I
can
mean,
tell.
we all understand she's interested, but we all also understand you're not interested.
Oh shit. Dude, why were we talking about that?
Well, I know why, because I want to address what Keaton said earlier. It was the question about my dad. It was
Do you want him to die in jail?
do I want my dad to die in jail? I was gonna say something to that. Have you ever heard the thing about? Yeah, that's a difficult question, but I want to start it off with this. Have you ever heard of like, your dad is either whenever how a son responds to his dad is, he either learns from him by doing what he did or does exactly the opposite of what he did. You get what I'm saying? So it's like your dad was an alcoholic, so you never touched alcohol. Or your dad was an alcoholic, so you became an alcoholic. You get what I'm saying? You either follow in your footsteps of your dad completely, or you are just like, I'll never be anything like that guy. And I would say the latter, the second one, is what I learned from my dad. I learned what I should not do. My dad is a great example of, in almost any realm, of what I should not do. He's crossed the line so far in so many different areas when it comes to money, when it comes to trust with his family, when it comes to his sexual relationships, when it comes to drug use, when it comes to just his attention.
Stability.
Breaking
Everything.
the law.
Yeah, breaking the law, every single thing about him. And he's probably going to watch this one day. Every single thing about him is what I've learned to avoid doing. And that's the only thing that I can say about my dad that is, I guess, beneficial. And it's almost detaching myself from him is what makes it beneficial.
Dude, there's this Logic song. I believe it is Under Pressure, I think.
With the phone call at the end.
Yeah, and his dad is like, it's his dad. He talks a lot about his dad and his dad being a drug addict and doing all this like fucked up shit. And his dad's like in the phone call like, "Hey man, can you like I see what you're doing. Like I love that. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you." Like saying
That's
all these
exactly what kind of
things.
phone
But then
call
he's
I would
like,
get.
"But can you please like stop talking about my drug use and like shit like that?" And it's like,
2 years clean.
yeah, it's like he's like
See, I'm a rapper too.
he's guilty, bro. Like he's so guilty that he doesn't even want it to be like knowledge out there. And it's like, if your dad, like, let's say you blow up and a bunch of people know you and your dad finds out, and then your dad looks into you and he sees that the whole time that you've been blowing up, and what's kind of like giving you traction as well is the fact that you're talking shit about your dad and how he just never really did anything for you other than show you what not to do.
Right.
Your dad's going to be like, I fucked up bad.
It's like you reap what you sow.
Of course.
Either that or he's going to be like, yeah, see, he turned out all right.
Yeah, I didn't do half bad after
If I didn't
all.
treat him like shit, he wouldn't have blown up on that podcast talking about me.
And it's like, true or not, regardless of the outcome, it is unfortunate that anybody has to have a dad like that.
Yeah, we all deserve to have a good dad.
It's like, oh, what the hell was I was gonna break off into another tangent about my dad from that. Do I want my dad to die in jail? That's a really good question. No, I don't. but I want him to learn. I want him to learn.
Do you think that's what it would take for him to learn?
And if it is what it would take, then maybe that's what that might be what it has to happen.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm dying
He has a
here.
Bible on his chest when they go into his cell. It's like, that's of course how it would be. But
That wouldn't be very Christian of him.
yeah, and it's like, my dad has been given countless chances. The longest sentence my dad ever got that I remember, and he might have worked off some time, but it was the sentence in the court was a decade. My dad got 10
That
years.
is crazy, bro.
And I'm pretty sure it took like at least 7 or 8 before he got out. And it's absolutely astonishing to see a man be in jail/prison for that long, get out, and wind up in the same spot less than 2 years later. I don't even think it was like maybe a year if he's lucky. It's like, I don't understand it. You look like you got something to say.
I was there for 10 hours. And I'm
So what do you think about like people that get so comfortable in that they can't handle the real world anymore? It's like too much freedom for them. Like they can't just be given the ability to walk to a gas station and buy cigarettes whenever they want. That's too much freedom. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They're like, I'd rather be in a cell all day and you tell me when I need to eat and you tell me when I can go outside and you give me a book if I'm allowed. It's like,
Thank you to the school system.
are you saying it's like the same thing?
That's like, because not a lot of people are put in good circumstances to understand shit, and if all they do is come up in the school system just like everyone else, not everyone's gonna have the same mindset about stuff, especially if they don't have a good dad or a good mom, one or the other.
So you just have to rely on the school systems, is what you're saying.
And then all they know is sometimes I like fucking causing trouble because I'm so bored and lonely in my life. And then all they do is get punished in school, but they still get food. It's like the same kind of thing that they're used to, and it's just
It's
like,
the same formula.
Exactly, yeah. And it's not that they're like used to it and they want that. It's just like subconsciously it just happens like that.
So you think if they had a good dad and a good mom at home that it wouldn't have to be that?
Yeah, I mean, if people just put knowledge into learning about kids, and because I don't see how you couldn't put any thought into it and look up into it, because one day it's gonna happen.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, I think about ways that like you were saying about your dad, about how he taught you what not to do. Shit, I feel like I got one of the top tierest of dads. There's some shit he does that I know, like, I never want
Right.
to do that like you did that. And it's like I'm still learning shit, but it's like I got the good of what to do now.
So is it like that he's taught you a lot of things to do well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's taught me about like the wrong way of doing things too, which isn't his fault, but he did better than his dad, I feel like.
So
That's all it.
So it's like a trickle down effect of you're getting the better of what he had to grasp from, because he had to learn a bunch of things not to do it.
Yep.
And then he also was fucking up on his own.
Yeah,
So then
of
he's like,
course.
okay, here's the good,
Mm-hmm.
and then also here's the bad.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how it was with my grandpa and his dad. He got a lot better than he did worse with raising children, and then my dad did better than him, and then I'm doing better than my dad, and my kids are gonna do better than me because I'm still fuck up somehow.
I mean, bro, you're taking very good risks, I think. I don't think you're just going crazy with bad decisions.
So would you say that, define taking a risk?
Ooh, that's a good question. Taking a risk is taking an action that could either end you up getting a bad or a good result.
So you're saying the outcome is unknown.
Yes,
Fair.
I am saying the outcome's unknown. And that's literally what everything is of you deciding to fight. Would you say that was pretty unknown to you before you decided to do that?
Like, you don't really know what it's like to be in the cage.
Yeah, it's
You
like
don't really know what it's like to be on the internet in that kind of scene. Like, there's a lot of things that you don't know yet until you've literally done them.
how was it? Well, here, let's do this. What is? I'm gonna ask you. What is
Me?
the unknown? Yes. And then I want to ask Keaton about that.
I would say the unknown is scary. The unknown is,
Potential.
yeah, potential for sure.
Potential is a great word because that could be good or bad.
True.
It's necessary.
Yeah, necessary is another good word.
I didn't know. Bro, I didn't know he had a mic.
It's inevitable.
True.
True.
I mean, the unknown is a lot of things, but it's like just like everything else in life where you just have to attack it the right way. And
Yeah.
it can be used to your benefit or to your detriment.
Moving to Columbus was very unknown. I mean, obviously for all three of us, but speaking personally, it was very intimidating. Like you said, it's scary. It's very like you don't know what an average day is like in a state away from what you're used to. But you went before we did.
Yeah, I was on an island.
Yeah, that
For a
was the
year.
unknown
Yeah,
for you.
That
so
shit was wild.
yeah, how was that? Because obviously, like, you didn't know anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult. It taught me a lot. It's like, it showed me the true colors of people around me. Like, I learned a lot about Pickett in that year that I was just, like, denying. Because it was like,
Damn.
now that he's, like, one of my lifelines, it's like, what am I actually able to rely on this man for? It's like nothing. He would rather me just never talk to him. That would be great for him. Like, it's like, okay, well. It's like Chase did a lot for me in that time. Corbin did a lot for me in that time. Kyle did a lot for me in that time. It was like, dude, when I couldn't pay rent, like, Kyle just gave me money because he's just got it. And was like, I was like, I'll pay you back when I can. He was like, don't worry about it. Just, like, yeah, whenever you can, it's fine. It's like, when I'm rich, bro, that man's getting his money back.
Right.
Like,
I understand that.
it's like, which is why it sucks the way that it turned out, because it's like, I don't have any, like, ill thought towards that. It's like, that's the decision they're going to make, and honestly, I already saw it coming anyway, so I was like, prepared for that, but it does suck. It's like, it's not what I would have wanted, but it's like, that's also unknown. It's like, I'm about to make a big decision, and I don't know the outcome, but I could take a couple guesses of what might happen.
True.
But it's like, yeah, out there, it's like, that was like isolation times 2. It was like COVID was the first isolation that I got dealt with, but it was like easy because my mom was there to like bring me stuff to the house when I didn't have anything because I couldn't work. She bought me an Xbox when I when I had COVID because I was just so in the dumps all the time. And it was just like, it was like my birthday and Christmas present or whatever, because that was like around the time I was having it. It was like, that shit was just miserable most of the time, but it taught me about like writing and how to like differentiate my thoughts, and it set me on a different path in music. And then it was like, I went to Columbus because I knew I had to. I was like, I have to leave Indiana or I will go nowhere. I just know it. And it's not even about the fact that Columbus was going to deliver me specifically the fame. It was like, I needed to go to Columbus to understand what it would be like to even have it. It's like, I got a taste of what I could do if I just had endless money when we took your sister out for her birthday.
Yeah.
It's like, I got a taste of that.
Paying rent.
Dude, we just fucking balled out.
Yeah.
Whatever she wanted, she got. It didn't matter. It was like, and then we went out. And then we went out to eat multiple times. It was like, we were just doing whatever the fuck we want because I just had $1,400 at my disposal.
That was like the last taste of
yeah, it was like,
that's going to be like.
You made that decision over COVID
what?
to move to Columbus from Indiana?
I would say it was around that area of time. It was like, the talk was Iowa maybe, because that's where Chase was at, and he was like trying to collaborate with me with music and his events, and I was like, okay, that'd be a good opportunity. But no matter what, I was like, yeah, because I mean, like,
That's a fucking good idea.
yeah, and then it was like,
Actually, it's a sick idea, but
Jacob didn't want to move too far because Madison was gonna be too far away from family.
yeah, you can't.
she
mix
can't-
living with
and
friends
she
girls,
can't-
bro.
She can't make friends is the thing. That's like
Can?
it. No, like she just doesn't know how to make friends, so it's too much for her to move so far away.
You don't have to make friends.
Well, the thing is, she does make friends. It's just all cap. It's like
Oh, shit,
speculation that
that's
she
even worse.
can't
Okay.
make friends for herself
I
because
expect people to tell the truth.
she's probably, well, this is the thing. She's probably telling him like, that's really scary because like I can't. I have a really hard time making friends and blah blah blah. It's like as soon as she gets a job, she's gonna have coworkers and she's gonna make friends with her coworkers. That's what she does.
Oh,
But Jacob is just like,
okay.
well, my girl, bro, like I don't know, like she needs to be catered to too. And I'm like, bro, we're trying to make a dream happen. So it's either we're trying to move and get something done, or we're trying to be safe. And he wanted to be safe, and that was the best thing I could get out of getting out of Indiana. And it was like, if that's the only option, then I'm taking it. Fuck it, I'll go to Columbus. And honestly, I got a lot out of Columbus. It was like, I went out there, I learned how to bartend. I would have never gotten an opportunity like that around here. There was no fucking way. I couldn't even get into serving.
Yeah.
I became a bartender supervisor there.
Right. It's like,
Ooh,
and then it's like,
interesting.
I met so many people. I learned how to network. It was inevitable that I was able to like spread myself around and not be a whore. No, I'm just kidding. And like, and be able to like get my name out there and make people know me and get them to like understand what my intentions are, what I'm doing, and what kind of businessman I am. And I got burned because I didn't know what I was doing. But it's like I learned from that too. It's like if I would have went just straight to California, bro, I'd have been fucked. But it's like now I have a stepping stone in the way that's like you learned a bunch of shit to prepare for shit like that.
So I just recently, like, was looking for a Vanilla Boy song to listen to while I was packing up a cone.
Respect.
And I realized Waterboy has 17K views.
Yeah, on YouTube.
So when that started blowing up at the time when you posted it, I'm guessing within like the first day you were like, oh, fuck, this is getting up there.
Yeah.
And I could fucking, like, I bet after like a month or two, you're like, bro, it's fucking happening. Like, oh my God, like, I need, you put more music out,
Well,
you're like, bro, it's happening. And then it's just like normality still.
yep.
How the fuck?
Well, it was
does
crazy
that feel?
because that happened. And I remember talking to David about it because we were like, bro, this is fucking crazy. Like, Waterboy is just going ballistic right now. Like,
Oh, fuck. So you were.
Yeah,
oh,
he was in the video.
Music video. Yeah.
and it was like, I was just meeting Seth at that time too.
Yeah.
And it was like, my shit was like at 8K because we had put an ad on it and it was like kind of running for a while. And it was like, it was doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden it just took off itself. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, like, right around the same time, I Just Need a Break on Spotify was just going fucking crazy. It got up to like 22,000 plays.
Damn.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't put an ad on that or anything. It just did it itself. It just, out of nowhere, it just had.
People just were like, oh, let me.
Yeah,
look
dude,
up
out
this
of nowhere, it
shit,
just
and
had
then that
14K
was-
plays, and then 16K, and then 20 play. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and then it just died in the water.
What? So what? So did you? Fuck, dude. I guess like that's the weird thing with music is because, like, music is everywhere and everyone listens to every kind of different music. So it's like, what do you think you could have done?
Well,
I guess I
the
don't know.
problem is, and I'm realizing this like right now, like in the time frame of where we're at right now. It's like ever since we had this conversation, like in the living room,
I think I know what you're about to say. I think we had a conversation about this.
It's
too one
like-
time.
I'm just not consistent.
Oh, this was not what I was thinking. Okay,
And
damn.
it's like, bro, when Waterboy was going crazy, I should have been putting more music out.
Oh, okay.
Because then people are going to click on it and be like, what the fuck? And then they see just a bunch of shit coming out. They're like, oh, this guy's like doing it. When I Just Need a Break was going crazy, I should have been putting more music out on Spotify. It's like people are going to my Spotify and
Do you
seeing
think that
this.
would have been forced though, and then the music itself wouldn't have been as
Maybe,
good?
but it's like right now, like I've just been sitting on these songs for months. They're just done. I just want them done a specific way, and they're not getting that. It's like right now I'm broke, and I've been like coming up with ways. I'm like, how do I need to suck it up and just put the music out. And then if I really want to, I can re-release it when it's like mixed and mastered is the thought process I've come up with. I'll put out a demo tape. It's not the finished version of the song. And then as soon as I have money, I'll mix and master the whole project. And then I'll put it out again and it'll be the more refined. It's like, but I need to be making videos. I need to be making music show up on the internet or people are just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care if it's not like in their face right then when they're like, oh my God, I just found this guy. It's like when I'm doing shows and it's like I'm performing songs that have been out for months and months and months, which not to say that I don't usually like, I usually do like the most recent stuff. It's like when I was performing, had been on for like a month. But it's like before that, it was like, what really came out before that? Isolated and Control.
Yeah, Control.
And it was like,
Bro,
how
why
long?
you dissing my favorite Vanilla Boy song right there?
Listen, I'm not dissing
Control.
it. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying it's like
my day. Every song.
good. That's the point of it. It's like I just
And then Isolated comes on, and I'm like, bro, hold up, I listened to this in the wrong order.
yeah. It's like
Damn.
it would happen, and I'm like, okay, it's happening finally. And it's just like nothing. It's like, of course nothing, because I'm not doing anything about it. I'm not capitalizing on the thing that's happening
I
right
was
now.
saying though, I think one time we had a conversation about this. Do you think it's because you still like universally need
Yes.
to learn shit before you get there?
Yeah, it's like obviously, or I would have capitalized.
Oh,
It's like now I know to capitalize. And when that shit happens, it's like I wouldn't have been ready. To be fair, there's a lot of other things that go into it. Like I was not prepared for all the women that were gonna be at my feet. Like there's just no way. I would have just got burned so many fucking
I
times.
just love how that's a thing in his mind. Like that's like the first thing that came to his mind, actually.
It's for real. It's like, bro,
What is clout?
if I'm rich and famous, it's like women are gonna be throwing themselves at me, and if I can't handle that, I'm gonna lose all my money and fame. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna do something stupid. They're gonna catch me. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the first thing that went to his mind.
Get married and half his money get taken away because he trusted some
Yeah, exactly.
fake woman.
Some horror.
But yeah, it's like I could have.
You buy too many bags for these ladies.
Yeah, I have the music. It should have already been famous, but it's like if I would have been famous already, I'd been fucking up.
Yeah, there's a lot of learning to do, especially when you're put in a position of that much resource.
And I would say with
Power.
that tangent, I learned a lot of things going into the unknown, expecting those things to happen and not receiving them and getting a different result. And then I'm like, oh, so if I do this, this is the result of what it's going to be. Now, if I do it differently, let's see what that result is. And that's the unknown now. It's like the known is what I already did and fucked up on. And that's why I don't understand why people don't want to make mistakes. It's like that's what moves your life forward if you are willing to just do shit that you don't really know if it's going to work out or if it's going to be good or bad. And if it's bad, then you just don't do that anymore and you do it a different way. And then it might be good and then you'll find the good way and then you'll never have to do the bad way again.
Yeah, they'll try it the one way once and not be too impressed with themselves and just be like, okay, I wasn't born to do this.
Right.
Next one. Same, exact same.
What's the question? What is the unknown?
What is the unknown?
What's the unknown to you, Jaden?
Yeah, let's give Jaden some mic time.
Man, I don't know.
We
Yeah.
didn't talk to him about his siblings either, really.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the unknown, man.
I mean, you're not. Were you born in this house?
No, sir, I was not.
Were you born in this town?
No, I was not.
Where
This
were you born?
is pretty far from me. This is about an hour, I'd say,
Was-
from where I grew up.
Was
But
that intimidating at all?
I was very excited to come over here. I was. For
Okay,
me, this
okay.
was kind of a new beginning for me. I wasn't real popular in school, and I don't know.
So you were looking at the unknown as like a.
Oh yeah.
You were looking at the unknown like a new beginning instead of something being scary.
Do you like being out here? What, do you not like the city so much?
Hell no.
Okay, well you know that. That's
Yeah.
okay. What do you not like about the city?
People. Heck, I mean, the last podcast had a shirt and it said it had 1 star. It said absolutely would not recommend, and on top it said people. I don't know if you guys recognize that.
How
but,
come?
People, in my opinion, are not really my kind of thing. You know, I see a lot of bad in people, and I've dealt with a lot of rude and hurtful people, and I work in customer service every day, and I've dealt with a lot of people that I just didn't enjoy the interaction. I like keeping my circle small, and I find life to be more enjoyable, more relaxing when I keep that circle smaller. I don't know.
Fair.
Now, of course, I try to be open-minded, you know. People out in public, if I run into somebody, you know. But overall, I definitely love living out here.
You're not going out of your way to get involved with like a massive amount of people.
You got it.
But like keeping your circle small, I think is important no matter what, because it keeps a lot of the ill intent out, because the more people in your circle, the harder it is to manage what's going on in the circle. And it's like, I think having like the perspective of like there's just a lot of bad people out there is like counterintuitive to the argument of the fact that there's a lot of good people out there.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I think most people that are just like, I hate people, it's like, even if you don't really hate people, just saying I hate people all the time will drive you to just hate people. And then you're hateful, and then they're hateful. And it's like, not to say that that's what you're doing.
No, I try to remain open-minded. I just, in general.
And it's like, I think that I feel the same way about love. I think if you're not willing to try to open yourself to love, you will never receive it. And you'll never receive good interactions with people if you're not open to that. So I think it's not necessarily like people suck. I think there are people that suck. Like, it's not it's not that people don't suck.
There's a lot out there.
It's like, I literally said it today. It was just like, because when I was saying it, I was like, we're talking about like selling on Facebook Marketplace. And my mom's like, yeah, you don't want to respond to these specific messages because they're usually bots. I'm like, who fucking takes the time to make something that just is inconveniencing everybody else for the sake of like having their phone number to scam? It's like, fuck you, bro. Like, you just suck.
Used car salesman.
But also, there are people that like want to benefit you. Like this frat guy.
Yeah, please.
It's like,
talk
dude,
about
I
that.
don't know him, but he's just like, bro, like, you're dope. I love it. Please come interact with me more.
Yeah.
At Keaton's fight, I don't know if you know about this yet, but at Keaton's fight, I performed Ain't Gonna Do That. I did like a verse and a chorus and then like half of another chorus. I didn't even get through the whole song. This man had me saying I was sucking dick.
Alan ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Technically, I had myself saying it, but
yeah. And
he
the
wanted me to
Black
say it in
Lives
front of.
Matter,
Yeah,
you
dude.
cracked
Yeah.
that open too.
So.
Our upper echelon just sex cult.
Yeah.
Fucking clowns.
Fucking clowns, dude.
Yeah.
That one
that's
I still believe in.
Yeah, I mean
but,
that one's good.
Like in the video that Seth was taking, there's these two guys, and I saw them while I'm performing, but a lot of it is like almost adrenaline. It's like I'm seeing things, but nothing is going on like past right here. Until I'm like, if I was doing a show, it'd be a little bit different because I'm looking for like the.
Yeah.
But it's like in that setting, I'm trying to like.
That face has to be the thumbnail that you just did.
Yeah, bro, that would be killer.
All right. So.
This fucking side profile.
Like, I'm like trying to garner attention, but it's weird because the attention is not supposed to be like garnering to me. And this is like where I was talking about. It's like a different kind of like, what the fuck word did I use? Pressure. It's like a different kind of pressure because I'm like trying to put on for you, so that people get hype about what you're about to do. Obviously, this gives me clout.
yes,
but
bro.
it's like, and that's what I'm getting at. It's like I'm still maneuvering in the same way I would if I was on stage, but I'm doing it in a quieter way. Essentially, I guess is the only way to explain it. But I'm like walking around the crowd, which is cool because the first one, dude, and this is why I think it was just like not really me. It was like I was nervous. I'm not usually nervous on stage. It's like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this. I was in the unknown. So I was just feeling my way through. And it's like I walked out, I let you come out, and then I lost track of what I was doing because I was worried about what you were doing. And I was like, I got to pay more attention to what I'm doing so that I'm not fucking up for what he's doing. And it's like, you didn't care. Nobody in the crowd notices, but I noticed that shit. But in this scenario, I'm like walking in front of the crowd. I'm like investing myself in the arena essentially to like let everybody know where the fuck the song's coming from. Because it's like everybody else, they're just walking out of the curtain and they just go straight to the ring. They don't have any. They have their team behind them. They're getting hype or they're not. Not as hype as Keaton, but they're getting hype. And then so I see these two guys, and they're like in the front, like
Yeah, bro, we have them on video.
getting into it, bro. I don't think they were recording. They were fucking just drunk and having a good time. And it's like,
I love this.
he came up to me after the show and was like, dude, that was sick. And I was like, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Like, I saw you. I can't even remember if I approached him first.
He came up to you because he was probably using the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you guys were right by the bathroom.
I feel like I talked to him because he was going to the bathroom.
He came up to you and was like, "Yo, I was getting hyped for your
Oh, yeah. And then he walked over to the bathroom and was talking to somebody. And then I went over there. Yeah. So, like, he came up to me and was like, dude, that was hype, bro. Like, you should come and, like, he's like, I'm in a frat. Like, you should come and, like, DJ at one of our parties or something. And I was like, fuck it, yeah. Like, you want you want me to perform there? He's like, yeah, dude, that'd be sick. And I was like, all right, well, we were like, we got a video and you were in the background and we were showing him. He's like, dude, you should tag the fraternity. And I was like, all right. So then I was like, fuck, dude, I don't even remember what fraternity he said. I don't know shit about frats, bro. Like, so like I walked back up to him and I was like, and this is where Columbus networking came in. It was like, I'm like, I got to go back over there and make sure that I make this opportunity happen or it's just going to slip by the wayside. And I was like, dude, you're going to have to put in this frat for me. Like, I don't know what you said. So he like typed it in and then he was like, yeah, man, like, you know, like, don't, like, we'd pay you, like, just don't, like, fuck us over, but we'd probably, like, give you, like, 1,000. And I was like,
Yeah.
1,000? Like, yeah, sure. Oh, dude, I won't fuck you over. Like,
Yeah, sounds great. I
like,
mean,
bro, like, give me $1,000 to come perform at a party where it's like, dude, frat parties are going to be jumping. That's just the reality of it. So it's like, I'm definitely doing head games. That feeling, I think dial tones is necessary. I'm the one, Shiesty.
The way you move.
God, dude,
Bro, I'm the one.
I'm the one for sure.
Yeah, bro, they would eat that up.
Dude, I love the way you move. I think the way you move would be a cool song live, but I only think it would be cool if everybody knew the song. It's like, it sucks when nobody knows what the fuck's going on. And I'm just like, you guys ready to dance? And I'm like, okay.
This is a dancing song?
Yeah, like,
Like what?
Unforgettable goes hard.
Unforgettable at like 3:30, 4 would be hard. People are like on the come downs of everything.
Yeah.
Like, bro, trying to hit some stuff again and then go to sleep.
It's like,
Fair.
and like all the new stuff I'm making, like Just Friends would go crazy.
Yeah, Just Friends would be lit.
Don't Lie to Me would be cool.
Yes.
Like,
I'm sure they would eat alive the rap part, bro.
right. It's like, so that's like, why the fuck were we talking about?
We asked Jaden about the unknown and about people, and then you guys were talking about how.
Oh, I was talking
Yeah.
about like knowing good people or like running into good people, but only if you're willing to open yourself to meeting those people. If you're always talking about how much you hate people and how much people suck, it's like that's the energy you're putting out, so that's the energy you're going to get. I think that goes for everybody. I think there's so many people out in the world that just say that shit on the internet, just in person. Like, I just don't agree with it, I guess.
Noah last week compared to this week.
Oh yeah, Noah, you didn't even really get sick like that. Like you weren't fine the next day, weren't you?
Well, like after the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was good the next
Fair.
day.
Yeah.
It was like,
Guys, I think I'm getting sick. Bro, like even Alyssa said it.
I thought you were asking for the mic. Fuck
LOL.
you.
LOL. Even Alyssa commented about it, being like, "Yeah, I could sense your energy as soon as I joined."
It was just like I was going through a lot, and also I did not feel good.
Bro, Seth was the only reason that podcast went anywhere.
What, the last podcast?
You're welcome.
I'll take it.
I feel like Seth's on load management tonight, though. I heard much from him tonight.
I put in the work last time. I'm letting you guys talk.
Let's say the first one I did, he was talking up a storm. Now
Dude, it was like,
man.
I'm
dude,
just here to show my pretty face and listen to you guys.
Dude, the first podcast that you did, it was like mostly me and Seth talking like the whole fucking time.
It's been cool to see the fact that like each one's a different vibe.
Yeah.
Honestly, it mainly depends on the topics and where
True.
the topics take us.
True.
Like, talking about Keaton's fight got me going because that was just a lot to unravel.
Could we do a fun one?
Can we do what?
Like a fun topic?
Yeah. I got
Sure.
one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working at Amazon, I met a lot of people, and one of my favorite questions was, if all the fast food restaurants were to disappear besides one, what would it be? It's pretty much what's your favorite fast food restaurant? You know what I mean?
Chick-fil-A.
I don't know if I'm proud of this answer, but Wendy's.
Culver's.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Fucking Wendy's. Bro, I'm not even gonna cap. I made a fucking thumbnail worthy face when you said that shit. Wendy's is crazy.
Wendy's is good. I'm gonna say of the terrible fast food restaurants, Wendy's is top.
I haven't heard one I like more yet. Just saying.
Culver's?
I like Wendy's more, bro. I don't know.
You guys like Steak and Shake?
Steak and Shake is good.
Yeah.
Steak and Shake is a
Well,
fire one.
they do have a drive-through.
Shake
The one in
Shack.
Cheville has a drive-through.
Five Guys. Five Guys is not fast. It's food though.
That's what I'm saying. Like Subway's not really fast.
Subway of the sandwich restaurants, Subway is fast
Well,
food.
let's hear Keaton's then.
Dude.
Yeah, I agree.
You sold me. Shit, man. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to.
What's the most recent fast food item you ate?
I mean, we got
That's
it at a
pretty
drive-through.
Bro, I got
Their shit's pre-made. I mean,
Listen.
So you got beef, bro? What's
Yeah,
up?
I got
What's good?
beef. Fuck Jimmy John's. All right.
For why?
Because
Expensive.
first of all, they're very expensive. Second
Bro,
of
it's
all,
the same price as Subway.
but Subway is a little bit different.
At
A little
least Subway,
trashier,
I
you're
can
right.
watch them make the sandwich, and I actually control how they make it step by step.
And also, Subway's food is a little bit more quality. Jimmy John's is like
I don't know
straight
about
lunch meat sandwiches.
and they don't even heat them up.
And you could literally
Shit's cold.
make a Jimmy John's sandwich like 20 times over for the price of one Jimmy John's sandwich. It's like I'm not getting a Subway sandwich for I mean, it's probably still cheaper than buying Subway to make a Subway sandwich, but not as cheap as Jimmy John's would be if you were just going to make a sandwich like
so
Jimmy
you're saying
John's
you
does.
could make money as a sandwich restaurant yourself and charge less than Jimmy John's?
Probably.
I would agree. Jimmy John's charges too much.
Dude, and also
I will say the only sandwich I've ever gotten from Jimmy John's at Lissa 2 is like the one with the most meat.
I got one
It's
Fair.
like the capicola, the ham, the
fair.
fucking salami.
Listen,
probably about a
turkey,
week
the
ago. I
fucking
got
all that shit.
the full style, the monster fucking turkey tom,
Oh shit.
and I took it home, and I put more cheese on it, and I baked it because they won't heat it up.
dude.
Yeah.
Also-
I asked them to put the lettuce and the tomato on the side so I could put
And
it
they-
on after.
They didn't do that.
They did
Oh,
do that.
Okay.
So
Dude,
they were really nice.
The owner of Jimmy John's also hunts endangered trophy animals, and
Lions and giraffes and
he's kind of a piece of
So
shit.
there's places in Africa that that's like supermarkets. Is he doing that? To where like you can go and pay to hunt. the
yes, he
animal?
goes and pays to go hunt the animal.
So he probably eats it too, though.
I
He
don't
definitely trophies them for sure.
Hey, I mean,
Listen, I'm not saying that.
there's a what's it called fucking
a food chain.
yes, bro. There's
Well,
a food chain for a reason.
Listen, I hear that, but there are some things that we need for our ecosystem that if we just
They ain't
run
killing off
out,
all the lions,
they very well could
but that ain't happening.
if they keep up the path they're on. They very easily could. That's why
Are you a vegan?
no. I believe in eating animals.
There
Don't
are
get
enough.
me wrong.
There are enough chickens on the planet for every human to own 3.
Yeah, it's like, but
There are
lions
3 times
though,
as many chickens as there are humans on planet Earth.
there's like an actual
There's
fuck
more-
ton of cows.
There's more balls on the planet than there is men.
That checks out actually.
Oh wait, hang on. How many men have 0 or 1 though?
But bulls have balls, and cows like. And
Dude,
like,
animals have balls.
yeah, deer have balls.
I'm pretty sure dogs have balls.
Mad dogs have balls.
Mad
Levi
dogs
doesn't
definitely
have balls.
Levi does not have balls. Damn.
Remember that question at 0 or 1 you asked earlier?
That's a 0.
Yeah.
His
Dude.
wife has them.
But theoretically, there's approximately twice as many testicles as males.
Yeah.
Man, testicles
Yeah.
are thriving out here.
But yeah,
testicles are double.
I rest my case. Fuck Jimmy John's. We still didn't get your answer.
Dude.
He shat on my
Let me-
Wendy's answer.
And then yeah, right.
Dude,
Look
what's your
up
favorite
some-
sandwich restaurant,
Let me
David?
look up some.
Like, oh, I love Penn Station, bro.
Dude, I would have to go
What
with
about-
Mancino's Grinders.
McAllister's.
give it some McAllister's is really good.
McAllister's goes crazy, bro.
McAllister's is really good.
McAllister's
I like
Yeah.
Mancino's
fucking
Grinders. That's the best
I love
sandwich.
Mancino's Grinders.
That's
I've
my
never
favorite
had
sandwich.
that.
It's my favorite sandwich.
Isn't that a pizza place?
Yes.
Yes.
They have clubs that are just ginormous. That are.
Did you know? I learned this at Domino's. Did you know that? I don't know the statistics specifically, but a majority of pizza restaurants have sandwich options.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Jaden, what are you drinking, bro? Yeah, like what kind of beer are you drinking?
Sonic is pretty gas.
Can I have one?
Am I allowed
Sonic.
to have one?
Sonic is pretty
Dude,
gas.
hell yeah. Sonic, dude, Sonic, yeah.
Sonic.
I could get behind
is
Sonic.
Mid.
I would rather have
Fast food is mid.
Yeah, that's facts. It's mid of mid though.
Dude, Culver's. I would eat
Oh,
Culver's
that's a
every
good
day.
point,
I would
yeah.
not eat Sonic every day. Dude, Culver's has
Fair.
a pot roast
Culver's
dinner.
is good as fuck. Dude.
Culver's
I
got
can't
a
even
pot
lie.
roast
Culver's is
dinner
good
with
answer.
Culver's
broccoli
is
and mashed
like-
potatoes.
Culver's is like
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen's fire.
Dairy Queen's only
Their
fire.
chicken tenders is fucking.
They're expensive as fuck, but they are fire.
Dude, I feel like Dairy Queen's saving grace is the ice cream. I don't really think its food is like top of the top.
Chicken tenders and chicken stuff is pretty.
So
last
what
time
else
I
is
had it,
like
though.
that? Like I wish there was like a
Ice cream isn't
Jay's
saving grace.
or like a Hilltop that was like big.
Dude, I just wish Roscoe's would expand.
Roscoe's does not have ice cream.
It doesn't. You're right.
Culver's is.
Is that what we were specifically talking about, or we were just
I
talking
like
about?
Culver's a lot.
Dude. Bless you,
I would eat Culver's right now.
dude. I would eat Roscoe's every single fucking day.
I would eat Roscoe's every day.
Like literally, smoothie chicken tacos for breakfast every single day would be like my dream.
Chicken
Yeah.
tacos.
Dude,
Dude,
the
they've
chicken
got-
tacos at Roscoe's is crazy
My God.
good.
They got.
Chicken tacos.
They have this thing
Wait,
called the
chicken
Culture
tacos.
Club.
Yeah.
Me and David really like club sandwiches. I'm gonna describe
Nice.
a club sandwich right now for the audience who doesn't know.
Fuck yeah.
To the audience.
Turkey,
Thanks.
ham, and roast beef. Okay,
Here,
those are the
here.
typical meats.
Pass mics over.
Okay. So those are the typical
What up?
meats. Any combination of those three, but especially turkey. And personally, turkey is a must. You can get rid of the ham. You can get rid of the beef. I will accept them, but you can get rid of them. Turkey.
You see the boar's head ham shit going on?
What?
You know boar's head ham?
I know Boar's Head ham.
No, I don't like ham.
That shit has killed like over or about 10. Oh, somewhere literally around 10. It's killed 10 people in Indiana.
What the fuck?
I don't like ham anyway.
I haven't touched ham in a long time, to be honest. And it's because of him, because he's like, fuck ham train. I was like, what?
It's just kind of weird. The only ham I really will eat and enjoy is like the turkey hams.
Roast beef,
Roast beef is
good,
gas, bro.
but not necessary for a club. The primary
Good point.
and the most necessary ingredients for a club: turkey,
Bacon.
Bacon.
Yes, please, bacon.
lettuce, tomato,
Mm-hmm.
mayonnaise, and if you really want a good club, you're gonna put avocado on it.
Facts. Do you like avocado? Avocado is fire. I
Yes.
love avocado.
And then you, of course, have to have a nicely toasted bread,
Yes.
a ciabatta roll, a baguette,
A baguette even?
some Italian or French loaf,
Okay.
If you must.
but toasted is a must.
Yeah, I agree. A cold turkey club sandwich with bacon, like
Yeah.
that's just awkward.
I think that's what they have at Penn Station. I think it's a
What's
baguette.
the ideal side?
it's pretty good.
Huh?
The ideal side
Side for a sandwich?
for that club sandwich. The ideal
French
side.
fries.
Wow.
I would love chips, but bro, I would smack some broccoli with that shit.
Oh,
I would
wow.
eat broccoli with it. Soup.
Soup is
Oh
fire.
my god.
I would much rather have little hash browns,
Hash browns.
like little hash brown.
The
thingies.
the little circles.
Circles, ovals, any kind of shape.
Yeah. The,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
as
That's like
long
a
as they're
Hardee's hash.
hashed
Potato
and as long as they're
pancakes?
brown.
Yeah.
Hash browns one of the most god tier way to eat potatoes. Next
Wait,
to mashed.
which hash
Noah
browns you talking
has-
about though? You talking about
Noah-
strong hash browns or
No,
like potato pancakes?
And I've always been that way. Potatoes have an essence.
Very
Dude,
versatile.
big
Noah,
listen,
he has like
listen,
a
it
tier
goes
list
it
of
goes
his best.
mashed potatoes, hash browns,
Oh,
fries.
mashed potatoes are not. Whoa.
Well, listen, you're wrong.
Mashed potatoes are
I'm
his
fucking
favorite.
right. Baked potato.
What? You're agreeing with me? Thank you.
You're telling me a loaded baked potato is not the best way to eat
Listen,
potato?
I'm not taking away from
Loaded
how
baked
good.
potato's good.
I'm not taking away from how good a loaded baked potato is. Do not get me wrong.
What about potato salad?
Fuck potato salad.
What about
Potato soup.
Au gratin potatoes.
au gratin potatoes,
Au gratin
bro?
potatoes go hard.
I know how to make those homemade.
Dude, that would be sick.
I love au
Listen,
gratin
also
potatoes.
just what would you call it? Just potato slices? Like
Potato wedges.
yeah, like
Yeah,
just
fried
literally
potatoes,
like
yeah.
potatoes that are just like cut into slices and just like
Fried.
those are
I like-
chips.
Potato wedges.
I was looking for Jaden.
Those are
I
chips.
think
Potato
there's one with
wedges
potato
are
wedges.
eh.
Like steak fry.
Not steak
Potato
fries.
wedges.
What
and sour
about
cream.
like JoJo's? Like
JoJo's.
JoJo's.
JoJo's go hard.
The big fucking hulking motherfucking potato wedges.
Like from
Like
from
Jay's.
Pins.
Mm.
Dude, bro, but like a baked potato with like cottage cheese and bacon bits and butter,
Broccoli.
and- oh, dude, broccoli.
In the fucking.
dude, I
yeah.
didn't start
A1
liking broccoli
steak
until
sauce.
like, oh my god, bro, you're fucking getting me off right now. Like,
He said, yeah. What else?
say more. What's next? What
Cheddar
about when
cheese.
I unravel the aluminum foil and I take it all off?
Oh my god, this has to be what we show on like a reel.
Yeah.
We gotta show us talking about potatoes, bro.
We're all sitting up, like talking like this about.
Dude,
I'm
it's very
watching
important.
mainly.
It's very important.
Granted, we've been the whole podcast and it's on potatoes.
Dude, it's
bro.
very important that everybody understands the tier list of potatoes.
Honestly, and here's the thing about potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes are like $3 for 5 pounds. It's like the
Wow.
cheapest fucking shit.
Dude.
Worth. They're just a
Worth
lot
the
of
whole
work.
bag.
It's a lot of work to make potatoes good, but if you put that work in, it's so worth the money.
Dude, tell me one other food that is as versatile as potatoes in category and subcategory.
Bread.
Bread's pretty good.
Bread's good. Shrimp.
Dude, I don't see shrimp.
Have you ever heard of Bubba from Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
I mean, he spends a whole scene
You know?
listing the shrimp
Yeah,
dishes.
gotta
You
give
know,
them the time.
I won't
You gotta give the
disagree
time.
with that, but they're all the same shrimp. It's not like
It's all shrimp.
yeah, it's not like oh, the shrimp was now crumbled into the dish like
Yeah.
it's like potatoes have so many different they never reach their final form cuz they're eaten
True.
before that, but like there's a lot of forms of potato.
Potatoes
Sugar?
have
Sugar?
sugar is versatile.
Sugar is very versatile, but sugar's
mean-
always sugar.
Like you
Lettuce?
just take the potato and you cook it this way, and it's still just a potato,
Yeah.
and you just eat it, and it's
I
a
don't
potato.
know, dude. Potato might be it because there's like so many
Like
different
rice.
rice.
Rice is a really versatile food. You can make like
well,
pasta out of rice. You can make flour to make bread out of rice. You can
I
make
guess pasta also. Just
Dude.
in general, pasta.
pasta is versatile, but pasta
Does that
is
come
literally
from-
just like the noodle matters in the sauce. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of versatile.
yeah.
Bread would be the only other close one.
Dude, bread is
So
like
grain,
sandwich bread,
because grain
toast
can
bread,
be pasta.
buns.
It can be bread. It can be
True.
Yeah. Grain is very.
But like that itself, grain isn't a food like potato. So
So I
maybe,
pick
don't
rice.
know.
Rice is the most versatile grain,
Yeah. Okay.
other than maybe wheat, because we just
Fair.
we make like
We make
we
so
make
much
meat
shit
out of wheat,
wheat.
bro. We make fruit out of wheat
Still
now.
got
like-
something.
Dude, people are making a lot of shit out of cauliflower.
True, cauliflower is pretty big right now.
You can make a cauliflower like steak.
Dude, we can cut off Keaton's ear and make cauliflower
What is it?
ear.
Now I'm hungry. Now I'm really hungry.
Yeah, bro. Hold up, I have a fun question, Jaden. This is for all of us.
You coming back or?
Yeah, I want you to answer this question because I didn't know you smoked. So, do you prefer?
Dude, I was thinking about the bowl right here.
Yeah, I mean we
Throw a
can
little
smoke
bit
the
in it.
bowl.
Oh yeah.
Do you prefer drinking or smoking, and why? I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
My
but-
man's
but I'll
got a
let you say it.
Modelo in a bottle.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
Oh my god. Now I want a beer.
Sorry, eat some nachos and dip. It's fire.
One beer is nothing.
I said I wasn't gonna drink any.
Dude, you can.
Beer,
I would kind of be mad
all
at
the way.
myself for that.
What is it?
beer all the way.
So you like drinking more than smoking?
Oh yeah.
What's
How
your favorite
come?
beer?
Ooh.
Too many questions.
No, I mean, that's a good. That's a
For
good
price
sub-question.
and flavor, it'd be Busch Light.
I really like Busch Light.
Busch Light is
I had
fire.
a Busch Peach last
This
night.
is really good.
I heard
I
it was good.
essentially manifested this. Okay, literally, I was talking about wanting a Busch Peach earlier in the day, and then I later on, completely separately, I take my car to just like a friend that's a mechanic,
Yeah.
and he's drinking a Busch Peach. And I was like, "Oh, you got Busch Peach, bro? I was just talking about that." And he was like, "You want one?" And then I got a Busch Peach. I literally,
It was good, huh?
yeah, and yes, it is very.
They're
good.
I
pretty
heard the
good.
Busch Apple. I had a friend who worked on the
Whoa.
Busch Apple.
but
I
it's
would try that.
discontinued.
Really?
Yeah, it was a limited
Oh.
edition.
I didn't know that.
Well, another thing I like about Busch too is they change their cans throughout the year. I don't know if anybody
Oh.
notices.
No, I didn't.
They got like the plain one, and then like I don't remember when they do that, but they have this one that looks like hay for like hunting and shit. So
Oh,
I
that's
think it's
cool.
like fall or winter.
It's almost like it's like camo.
Yeah,
Camo.
yeah.
It's like the leaf camo, like the brown leaf camo.
And they got a corn one.
Mm.
They got one. It's all. It looks like a whole thing of sweet corn. And then I've seen an American one too. So
Dude,
they always
corn's
change the
pretty
cans
versatile.
What is it?
too. Oh, it's very
Corn.
versatile.
Corn is
Ethanol.
insane.
Yeah, corn
Ethanol fuel.
is
Dude.
pretty versatile.
It's
Yeah.
turned into
They're
bread,
trying to
it's
give
turned
it.
into
I don't know if you
cereal.
noticed, but they're trying to give it to all livestock that they can.
Corn?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Cattle, pigs, chickens, but the one a lot of people don't know about is even fish. Fish farms are trying to get into giving them corn. I mean, it's just so easy to grow. They're
Right.
trying to use the shit for anything they can.
More people are trying to turn farmland into corn farmland.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much corn. They're just trying to find things to do with it.
Apparently in North Korea they fertilize. All they eat is corn in North Korea, and they fertilize all the fields with human shit.
Oh no,
So like
Nice.
the average citizen of North Korea has like
I could live without that fact.
extreme infestation of like stomach parasites.
Oh my.
Yeah. You're
But-
welcome.
Yeah, overall beer.
How come?
Because it progressively gets better as the evening continues. You know, when you're smoking, you get the high, and then it drops back down. So you start drinking, and then as the night continues, it gets better.
So it's literally just an upward slope.
Yep,
It's
the
just
whole night.
always getting better.
You
Yep.
guys talking about beer, man? I think
If you give an alcoholic, if you force them to
What you trying
smoke
to say?
weed instead, if I force you to smoke weed every time instead of alcohol,
feel better.
then I feel like they would, bro. Trying to put it into a better wording. Fuck it. If you give an alcoholic like weed instead of alcohol, they would they would end up wanting weed after like about 2 weeks to a month. I guarantee you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well, the one thing I will say is it's not the same effect. So it's like almost separate. It's like not like 1-to-1 weed or alcohol, because it's like
I feel
weed.
like weed would change them if they've never smoked before and then they've only done alcohol and they're like alcoholics.
Fair.
And then you're like, hey, every time you want to drink, just hit this. After like 2 weeks to a month, I feel like they're like, this is a better way of life and
Well,
a better way of living.
I'm going to say one thing is that weed doesn't become dependent.
Oh yeah, you
Like
can
your body
influence, bro.
doesn't
use the
doesn't
weakness
become
you want.
dependent on weed.
Thank you.
Like your body will become dependent on alcohol. So it's like weed's not going to be a supplement. Now, I don't know if weed could be something to help break the addiction because it settles your body and makes it relax, and it's like, I know that alcoholics, like, if they don't have alcohol, it can kill them.
It is a very different kind of addiction.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be a good substitute if you're trying to like.
The physical aspect of it's a good point. I was just thinking like the alcoholics would end up preferring weed
Maybe.
if they like had that experience of it and became open minded too. Because I feel like a lot of people, it's like the drug aspect of it.
The gateway drug.
Essentially, yeah.
I've heard it be called the gateway drug. Only in high school, but I
Yeah,
did
that's
hear-
like dare shit. Like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
dare.
it's like not realistic.
Made up.
Dude, dare actually is counterintuitive. I don't know if you guys know, like, understand this or have ever been like talked about this, but dare is like the dumbest shit that they've ever come up with, because all it does is implement to the kids how intrusive drugs are. It's all they're talking about.
That's kind of how I feel about therapy. Like, if you put focus into, like, I mean, to a level, therapy is very important. But to a certain level, some people I feel like go too hard in the
When they
paint with
crutch it,
Yes, and it's like if you're constantly just
Too hard in
thinking
the
about
paint,
your
yeah.
problems, then your problems are going to be what you're always thinking about, because that's what you're always giving attention to. So if you give these kids this attention of drugs being a thing and being an option,
and they're impressionable
yes,
at that
yup.
moment. It's like,
especially if they've been around it as kids.
right. And it's like,
Fair.
it gets made fun of. It's not taken seriously. It's like, and then that just amplifies kids doing drugs.
So what do you prefer?
Alcohol for sure.
Yeah, there we go. I did not
So,
expect that answer.
so if alcohol is a 10, what is weed?
Like a 6.
Damn, it gets a D minus, bro. That's crazy.
It's like not like. Listen, weed.
I'm just waiting my turn.
All right, Levi, relax,
You make my stomach crawl,
dude. If
skin crawl,
I'm about to
whatever.
just not even fucking show up to the podcast.
Dude, I will. I swear to God, I will cry.
Then I'll cry. Thinking about you crying, I'm gonna.
Dude, do not fucking threaten me.
Guys, let's not make it a
So-
crime.
It's like I'm a chick right now.
so, dude, alcohol. I can always black out.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, I'm like.
Well,
wait,
listen,
wait,
no,
what
but
do you
listen, this is the point I'm making. Alcohol, I can always black out. Weed, I can never green out. Like
mean? There's a cap, a lower cap.
once I've been smoking weed for so long, dude, I never get high like I used to, because I smoke every single fucking day. I could drink every single fucking day and get blackout drunk every single day. I'm not saying I want to get blackout drunk every single day.
But there's a higher ceiling.
But if I want to get fucked up, I can get fucked up.
Yeah, like you
Weed, I can never
Yeah.
hit that anymore. It's like, it's very rare that it happens, and it's like, on the occasions it's like, what I miss about getting super high off of weed is like what the beginning of the edible trip was, where we're all like fucking hanging around and just being
Thank you.
giggly as fuck, like we're talking about stupid shit and just
You
laughing
guys
our
are allowed
ass
to hit
off.
This.
Oh, because I prefer.
Yes.
Please.
Now I'm out of the
No,
circle.
Of course, I know what your answer is gonna be. No.
No.
No,
I
no.
can't answer yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want Noah to finish.
But yeah, it's just like, if I'm looking to get the high out of either one, it's like I'm more likely to get it out of alcohol than I am weed. And weed is just like something I pretty much just do regularly all the time, whether I'm with people or not. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's like,
Weed is a part
I
of
would,
the equation.
yeah, I would just rather. It's like when I think about drinking, I'm like, oh, dude, maybe I'm going out, maybe I'm coming over to my brother's to like drink and party. Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's like a 6
I
or something.
This guy's a smoke forever. He's my brother, and I am beyond impressed. I did not expect him to be on my side with this one. I can't believe it, dog.
I think it's gonna
I can't
be-
believe you picked alcohol over weed. I'm so happy you did. Welcome to the dark side, brother. But let's go, man.
I've been on the dark side.
I did not expect this. My only thing with weed, all right, weed is special still. I got it in my gaming room there. It's on my desk right in front of my PS5. Weed is wonderful for certain situations that alcohol just cannot go. You know,
Can you give me an example?
Driving a
yeah.
forklift.
All right, I did farm work. I've done farm work high. I've put gutters up high. I cannot put a gutter up drunk. I
Fair.
can't mow the grass drunk. You know,
Fair.
I can't mess with cattle drunk.
Not even like a beer or two?
Nah, I mean, I probably could,
But
but
it's-
then
yeah.
I start doing things I normally want to do, and that's usually when you get hurt.
Yeah, okay.
I can still get buzzed on my mind and still rightfully so do my job.
So would you say beer is manipulative?
Yeah, oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah,
favorite manipulation.
yeah.
Drugs are manipulation. I feel like any type of like chocolate could be a manipulation.
Very
I can
sweet.
see it.
You know, it's like
Very seductive.
all that shit as a kid is manipulation. It's like I don't even know I don't even know how it became so popular to just feed kids a bunch of bullshit, like Chef Boyardee and like McDonald's. As a kid, if you were told like especially, I feel like it's a new generational thing to like really realize what you're eating and
Yeah.
think about what you're putting in your body.
Yes.
Because as a kid, I would have never been like, I can't.
Well,
Like, what do you mean eating McDonald's impacts the way I feel?
it's also
While I
like,
get food.
dude, the food pyramid itself is not correct.
I guarantee it. I don't think.
I don't know the
anything is
nitty
correct.
gritty, but I do know it's like some of the things that they put on there that is essential is not essential.
Like you don't need
It was
as
selling
much
it.
greens as they say. Like greens was like the most things, right? That they said you need to eat.
This is a Seth question. I feel like you would know the most about this.
But it's like you don't need that many greens.
If I recall, it's grains,
Oh, okay.
as in
Fucking
corn,
potato.
barley, rice, fucking wheat, just grain. It's carbs. You needed like 11 to 14 servings of carbs a day, according to the food pyramid. And then just above that, it was vegetables and fruits. You needed like 7 to 10 servings of each of those a day. And then just above that, it was meats and then dairy. And those were like 3 to 7 servings. And then just above that was oils, fats, and sugars. And that was like 1 to 3 servings a
Yeah,
day.
the tip of the fucking pyramid.
Isn't dairy like not as relevant to like being? It's like not needed.
You do not have to drink any kind of milk to get your carbs, protein, and or fat. Milk is not a required food. And it's just so very specific. It's an animal-based product, and it belongs more with meat because it's like meat and eggs and animal-based products are providing.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I can multitask.
You know what we need to do? We need to start doing like. Actually, that would actually be kind of sick. Anyways, I was gonna say, like, we all do like carnivore diets for like a month together and all that shit. But y'all might as well just fucking be sober when I'm sober, like for 2 weeks.
Oh man, yeah.
Just be sober for the last 2 weeks before my fights with me.
I want to do
That's true.
that.
Yeah,
It's hard.
We do
but I
allow
want to do
edibles
it.
at night and shit. So you guys would have to actually still work out.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, shit, we both need to talk.
yeah, I was just gonna say like I am open to like doing that. I think that would be healthy.
I agree.
I think it would be very tough.
Yeah, it'd be difficult.
Thinking about it is very daunting, and like because and it's not even like I hate that. I hate how daunting it is. Like I don't like that. I'm like, dude, going sober for 2 weeks sounds like miserable. It's like, bro, why can't I be without weed or alcohol for 2 weeks and not feel miserable? It's like it's not that deep,
Yeah. It makes it more enjoyable when you get back to it.
right? And then
Honestly, I like going like 3 days without, and then 3 days with it, and then like 3 days without.
fair.
But it's tough to be so consistent like that.
Yeah, I would like to, in the long run, like, let weed be something where it's like every so often, so that I can
Fair.
get
Like a
fucked
couple
up off
times a
of
month.
it. Yeah, so I can be like, when I smoke it, I'm like retarded.
See, that's something I don't like about weed. I almost like the fact that almost no matter how much I smoke now, I feel something, but it's not to the point where I'm fucking gone. Like I want to be in the room with you guys and still enjoying and
Fair.
understanding all the
I
conversation.
want to hear his vote.
Yeah, like
While
the
we're talking
first-
About it. Are you weed or alcohol?
I am on the side of weed
Why?
because
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
He said thank you into the mic.
it is more enjoyable to consume. I do not enjoy alcohol, the taste of it, as much as I like the taste of weed. And then I also cannot do a lot of shit on alcohol that I could do on weed. and weed does not make me feel as bad the next day.
The hangover does suck.
I don't like the hangover. I could function on weed like a regular thing. It doesn't even like interrupt my life as much. And then honestly, my favorite combination is weed and coffee.
Oh fuck yes, bro.
Pop on that, bro.
Yeah, that was a
We
pretty
hit
solid
the
one.
pop.
Awful anxiety.
I don't know if the audience
concoction.
heard that, but if we get to hear that,
I mean,
I
the
will-
mics
I
the mics
will-
were.
Did you hear me speaking to this motherfucker?
Make that the thumbnail. Him talking into the.
okay, I do want to. I want to say one last thing about the diet thing.
Can I see that?
So, the food pyramid ain't mean shit. Here's the real news. You need the proper ratio of the 3 macronutrients. Macro means big.
Thank
And
you.
then yeah. And then you need the proper ratio of micronutrients.
Which means what?
It's just small. Micro means
Oh,
small.
okay, thank you.
You really only need trace amounts of micronutrients, but they are essential because your body can't produce them on its own. And then all of the macronutrients are the source of your calories. Micronutrients don't give you calories. It's macronutrients that give you calories. So protein, fat, and carbs are what your body can burn for energy to produce ATP so your cells can function. The micronutrients is what you build your body out of, along with protein and fat. You don't build your body out of carbs. You build it out of protein, fat, and micronutrients like magnesium, calcium, iron, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, all these different, there's 26 different essential vitamins and minerals. It's what your cells are built out of. If they want to build new cells to copy your cells so you can keep living, you have to give your cells these micronutrients to build new cells out of. And then you have to give them the fuel to operate. And they like a certain ratio of the fuel. So you need trace of the 26 micronutrients, and then you need every day a certain number of calories. Let's say it's 2,000. You need 40 to 55% or so carbs. You need 30 to 40% protein, and then whatever the rest is fat. It's like 15% or something like that.
10 to 15.
Yeah. And that's what your body will run on.
And that's a healthy amount?
That's a healthy amount. And ideally, the protein will be spread out through the whole day.
My mic vibrated.
Hell yeah.
And then the only other major concern for your diet
I don't
is
know it works like that.
fiber.
Not that I'm going to utilize it like that or anything.
Dude, what? What
Nothing?
happened?
Is it still working?
Say another thing. Say something else.
Something else.
Dude, that's my response, bro.
There you go.
Okay, so the only other
Say
concern
hell
is
yeah.
something you don't digest. It's fiber. If you don't eat enough fiber, your
Ooh,
body
yeah.
won't have anything to hang on to push the rest out. So plenty of fiber, 25 milligrams to like fucking 75 milligrams a day or some shit.
So yeah, they just be feeding us bullshit.
Yeah, that's not the food pyramid. That don't make sense.
The food pyramid is cap. It
It
was a
says
marketing
vegetables.
scheme.
Okay, what about quinoa? That's fucking protein. That's not what your vegetables are giving you.
Dude, it was all fucking marketing scheme.
Yeah.
They said, how do we sell this product specifically? And it's like, well, we'll put it on this pyramid that says this is exactly what you need to eat if you want to not die. Thank you.
I've been holding that, bro.
Dude, I've been watching you hold it.
Dude, you could have said something. Bro.
You were vibing?
I would have only been a little offended.
I don't know if you answered this. Did you answer the weed
Yes,
or
he did.
alcohol?
Yeah, he
Did
did.
you already explain? Oh yes, because you said that you don't like the hangover and everything.
Yeah, and I really like weed and coffee.
I also love weed and coffee. It's a phenomenal fucking combo.
Which
Oh,
one's gonna
speaking
be?
of which, I was gonna say this.
Dude, you have coffee?
Well, I don't.
Oh,
I do.
that's crazy.
It's been 3 weeks since I've had a cup of coffee. Because we had a huge conversation. Because you were talking about not drinking or smoking during your 2 weeks before. We had a very lengthy. Have we dropped this conversation on the pod at all?
No, I don't think so.
This was a super lengthy conversation mainly between Noah and Seth.
It went past you being
It started with me, I believe, and just like coffee and energy levels and all these things and like addiction. Honestly, it led to addiction by the end of it. This was mainly their discussion, but in the middle of it, like there were a lot of claims being thrown around about, well, being addicted to coffee has these problems, and relying on it every day has these problems. And even if you don't think it's a reliance, if you're doing it every day, that's crazy.
There's
You
not
see what he's
another
doing?
person,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Listen, I would never do that to you. I just want you to
That's
know that.
nuts. We can talk about that in a minute. We were talking about the pros and cons of being, because Seth was pro coffee in this discussion,
Oh yeah.
and Noah was anti coffee. No, this is another discussion. They had another one. Yeah, coffee
Yeah.
is a frequent topic for us, but I'm the one in the middle where it's like, yeah, I am the one, not like this, but I was the one in the middle of this discussion where Seth was very pro coffee and Noah was very anti coffee, and I was like, well, I have drank a lot of coffee. I drink a lot of coffee daily, so I'm in the same boat as Seth, but I'm willing to, just for experimentation, give it up for a month and see what happens. So,
Listen,
right.
I would also like to input that while I won't disagree with David saying I was, what did you say, anti-coffee?
In that discussion.
Yeah. I was just going to say it's not that I don't think that coffee can be utilized. I just am big on the everyday coffee that I think is not the
Right.
thing.
He's not even anti-coffee. He's anti-indulgence and anti.
Using coffee as a crutch, essentially.
And this isn't just with coffee. This is where you're standing inside the same on the same foundation as you. You don't think weed should just be every day. You don't think alcohol should even. You've tried to not drink alcohol every day just to even have a day where you're not drinking alcohol.
Right.
Because no matter what it is you're utilizing, it can be unhealthy to go with it even like your friends. Like, bro, spending every single day with the same friend, like,
It's tough.
Yeah,
It
you
makes
go
it-
crazy.
the fact that I have two, and then now there's also like Keaton, and I have my family, and I spend time with a lot of other people. It's like, I don't know. I think it's a very similar thing.
It's
like-
like be able to unplug for a day.
It's like eating the same food every day.
Yeah.
You should eat a variety of foods. Like,
I could eat donuts every day.
I will say with coffee, most average Americans get most of their antioxidants through coffee. Me and Noah had a long debate about it, and then I was like so adamant about it. The last time I went to a visit with my doctor, I literally asked her, and that's what she told me, because I heard that it's full of antioxidants.
Well,
It's a very natural.
So,
can I say that also I don't trust doctors either,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
in the sense that they will just sell you shit. Now, I'm not saying that what she's saying is wrong, because I don't honestly know.
I've had her my whole life.
But
however,
we don't know for sure that she's right.
that, and also, is she referring to the fact that most humans get it from coffee as a full statement of most humans that drink it every single day when they wake up in the morning are getting it there? Or is it just that humans can gain a lot of antioxidants from coffee if they drink it regularly? And it's like, she's not saying those details. She's just saying that most humans get their antioxidants from coffee. It's like, well, how much coffee? Because that's the real question. That's even the argument that I'm having, is having coffee every single day.
Well, they have there is a recommendation of 2 to 4 cups a day, and I can't remember what organization it is. When they say cups, they mean 4 ounces, and they mean specifically 85 milligrams of caffeine. Like, they mean like mid-strength coffee, because you can make coffee.
And these
that's
are
really
natural
strong.
caffeines.
Right.
Other
And-
than-
And it's like, from what I've read, and there's a lot of research to support both sides, but I have read that the caffeine in coffee is a healthier, more natural caffeine than like synthetic caffeine or like derivative caffeine and shit, which is caffeine that didn't grow inside the plant. It was made from, like, THC, for example. If you just eat that raw plant, you're not getting the same chemical. The only reason we get THC in the form that we get it is because we're burning it. or heating it. Same thing happens in a lot of caffeine production. They're taking a plant that when they chemically alter it, it produces caffeine. But coffee, you can even make it cold. Coffee is not producing caffeine through chemical processes. It is a natural caffeine. You can just eat a raw bean off the fucking
And get caffeine from that.
and just get caffeine from it.
I don't know.
So it is, and it is seen to be have the least effect on things like blood pressure and like heart.
Coffee bean or just caffeine in general?
Coffee caffeine has shown less of a impact on heart health and like blood pressure and things like that. It can even affect your cholesterol and shit. Caffeine is crazy, but that's just from the research I've looked at, because there's also research that says that caffeine in general, even from coffee, can cause problems with your heart and can cause problems with blood pressure, and can, like, they recommend to people who've had heart attacks to stop drinking coffee and to stop drinking caffeine. It's not good for your heart. If you have a stroke, they don't want you to drink caffeine.
My grandpa don't give a fuck.
Right.
He drinks coffee every fucking second of the day.
So it's like, who's to say it's not leading to heart problems? But I will also say that caffeine consumption in the United States far exceeds 1 cup a day. So it's like almost the argument you're making, which I'm not even going to dispute because I, to some degree, agree with it, is the fact that it's like happening too much. There's no, me and David were talking about this. The dopamine receptors in your mind operate on novelty. Like, I've never been in this room before, so this is a novel experience for me, and it's making me a little more high right now because
Fair.
literally that's just the natural feeling you get from novelty.
Dude, it's like the same way I feel about like water. It's like water gets very mundane if you have sugar on your tongue all the time.
Right.
It's like it's saturating, and it's like and I think that's what you were getting at.
Yeah.
It's like it feels like coffee every day saturates your experience, so that when you
Right.
don't have it, it overcompensates in the mundane.
Dude, honestly, when I go a long time having it, and then I go a little while not having it, the novelty of not having it's kind of dope. I get
Fair.
kind of a high from that. But then when I have it again, the novelty of then having it again is like a high. And it's like, it's just more even keel when I'm just drinking it regularly. I can expect the physical reaction that's going to happen in my body. I kind of like, I wake up, I don't know. It's like,
It's kind of how it is with like drinking coffee before the sun comes up. I feel like drinking it before the sun comes up, I feel like it's more of a high.
Because then the sun is the natural waking, but the coffee before that is already giving you a jump start on that
True.
process.
I think getting up early is
Fair.
honestly like, I
Key.
almost feel like I've lived my whole life the opposite, and it's like, I wonder if I were to just go to bed at like 9 p.m. and wake up at like 5 a.m. every day. Like, I just feel like waking up at 5 a.m. while it's dark and the sun literally comes up while you're awake, and you've already done everything by the time the sun's coming up, and now you can just seize the actual day. You got up early to get ready for the daytime to start, and it hasn't even started yet. It's down. And now the sun's up, and I've already gotten ready. It's already done.
Dude.
And if you put yourself through like a cold shower even, or a cold bath,
Oh, that should wake you right the fuck up.
it's like you've done something super hard mentally and physically
True.
to where the rest of the day is easy.
Yeah.
Which is why I hate the fact that I train at night, but it has advantages such as like my body's used to working out at night, so like when I fight at night. It's
Oh, yeah,
kinda
true.
normal. So it has advantages, but like that's why when I get to the professional level, I'm gonna have training in the morning and night. But that's for the professionals. I hate that I have to fucking work right now, but that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, just doing something hard, physically and mentally, to get yourself through something at the beginning, especially before the sun gets up. The rest of the day, everything is easier.
Dude, I commend your dedication
Facts.
a lot. I think you're like one of the most disciplined people I've ever met.
True.
It's like very impressive, especially because you're just young, and not a lot of young people, especially around your age, can handle that kind of dedication. So
It's very impressive.
Say more.
It just doesn't have to all be about me. But I gave up coffee 3 weeks ago.
Dude, I manipulated
Today.
David into not drinking coffee.
Yeah, he manipulated me, bro.
Dude,
I fell
I
for it.
have
fell for
limited
it.
myself to 1 cup of coffee a day ever since then. So you manipulated me too.
And I would also say that David has said to me, I don't know, like, if it's every single day, but I feel like you said you stopped taking naps.
Yeah, but I am sleeping like 10 to 12 hours a day.
Fair.
I don't know why. I just
Dude,
don't.
I've-
I'm just tired.
I think
Doing nothing makes you tired.
I was going to say the fact that there's nothing going on makes it easy to just sleep that long. It's like, bro,
Yes.
when we were having to work, like when we had a bunch of jobs lined up, it was like, bro, getting up was not that hard.
It's 8 a.m. every day. It's like, okay, I should be in bed by
Sure.
11.
Even if I wasn't going to bed that early.
Right?
It's like, dude, but still, I would like get tired at like 3. Now I don't get tired. I'm just like, what commitment do I have
I'm
that
up
I
till
need to
sun
be like up? Like, so I just don't.
Dude, you know what gets me up?
Thinking about a cup of coffee.
Dude, when I'm like laying in bed and I'm like, man, I could get up and drink some coffee. Dude, I'm like, I can't wait. I'm gonna go brew my coffee now.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited.
Smoking first thing in the morning.
I try to wait till after the coffee because I really like it better after the coffee.
I really like it at the same time, but I don't like smoking when I first wake up. I don't like doing anything when I first wake up.
I like walking around the house a little bit, like
I like working
I'll eat.
when I first get up. Like
These days I've had to fucking clean up my whole fucking area because every night I have to.
Dude, you metaphorically have to make your bed every day.
I clean up my whole
Okay.
shit because I have
Alright,
to take
word.
down my mattress every night because I don't have a bedroom, so it's kind of like folded up in a corner, and I stack shit up on top of it to keep it folded. So I have to take all that shit down and unfold my mattress at night and sleep, and then in the morning I have to get up, I start my coffee brewing, and then I fucking fold my mattress up and put all the stuff on top of it so that it's out of the way.
Listen, all I'm saying is the fact that I feel like that's developing a good habit for you, but also it's teaching me how to be a spy with all the laser beams that I have to dodge when I want to go into the kitchen in the middle of the night and your bed is this far away from the wall, so I have to like
Yup. Yeah, I've stepped
maneuver
on your
against
bed
the
like 4
wall to
times.
fucking. And then when I do get past, especially if I'm like trying to like counter my weight to not step on your bed to wake you up, I have to account for all the laundry baskets and your bed frame being where I might try to step.
Bro, I've been trying to make it more
Yeah.
condensed, and like I realized the mistakes I made and where I put it the previous time, so I'm trying to like put it in a different place.
Dude, I mean, just not stepping on your bed is a task.
You,
But it's
honestly, and I'll say this here on the podcast. You can step on my bed. I'm not that.
Dude, but I
I
don't want to
have
wake
stepped on
you
your
up.
bed a
I don't
couple times.
like. I'm doing everything in my power because I'm like,
It's only a little homo, bro. You
Dude,
can step
but-
on my bed, bro.
my thing is it's not fair.
I
So I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure.
I've been so happy with my sleep situation the last week since I started doing this and stopped sleeping on the couch. I am so unbothered because my sleep has been phenomenal. I've been waking up at like fucking. I got up at like 8:30 twice because I had to go pick up heavy shit
Yeah.
and lay concrete for hours. And then, dude, I got home today. And I played a little bit of Minecraft, and then me and David talked, and then I took a 15-minute nap because I was so tired from
Yeah.
having woken up so early. But then I took a bath. That bath was phenomenal.
Dude, baths are going crazy in my life right now.
Baths are fucking
It's
lit,
like,
bro.
dude, bath sauna plus reading
Oh my
is like
God.
blowing my mind open.
Dude, we got to start doing the ice bath.
Dude, honestly, Keaton has talked about it a lot, and I'm like, bro,
Dude,
I
we gotta
hate
get a
I
lot
hate
of
the
ice
sound of
trays.
that. And
If you even do it for 2 minutes starting out, and then once you get to those 2 minutes, you're like just one more minute, and then you do 3, then that's good. Like even 3 minutes. Like I do 10, and there's people that fucking do ice baths and have been for years that do not do fucking 10, and like because I only do it for like 2 weeks around, and it's still like I'll only do it for like a collective of like 6 days, maybe 5 days. But
So
it's
what is it
just-
doing for you?
It's hard.
True.
Yeah.
It's mental
Mental.
toughness for sure.
It like takes away soreness and strains, like especially like if you wake up and your fucking neck is fucked up from you just slept on it wrong, then just that's why I want like an actual thing instead of like my bathtub,
Yeah.
because you can actually sit
Like
in
submerge.
People
Yeah.
get a fridge
Yeah.
that the lid opens up on the top.
there. Yes,
So
yeah.
they can just cool the water down. It doesn't have to be ice water. And then it's literally that's your tub to get in.
Facts.
This is your ice bathtub.
Yeah.
Are none of the dials going off?
No, they are.
Okay, let's say.
Maybe not.
I
Yeah.
see
Maybe
I see
not.
all three.
the dial
Yeah, I see
Wait.
it now. I just wanted
Which
to
one is
check.
mine?
going off.
Yours is far left.
Far left.
He said, "Holla." Yeah, Mike. Thanks. I always have to tell the mic thank you. So I like unplugging from things. So not drinking coffee is an example of that. And I guess the biggest reason that I did it is because I'm just trying to see it from both sides. Because you can get pretty consumed by just your daily tasks and your daily habits. So to just turn those off for a little bit, it really helps you see both perspectives, especially when you're going back into it. So I'll be able to see where I'm at with my coffee intake. But there's two of us. It's us two that still haven't answered weed or alcohol. I like weed more. Especially here recently, alcohol has just been like too inconsistent. Like I'll drink a beer or two and it's like it's more of like my mind is trying to give me a headache than it is trying to be like euphoric. Like it's the bad kind of drunk. Like, and I'm trying to like sometimes I've done this only a couple times where I try to like power through it. Now maybe I'm not drunk enough and it's like now it's just horrible.
Yeah.
Like I hate that. And then it's like that one beer, dude, that one
Every
beer right
time.
there was dope. Like I feel good off that beer. I'm like kind of loopy, nothing crazy. Like, oh, bro, chill. I'm only like one beer in. But anyway,
Dude, that's enough to get his clothes off at least.
dude, he's hitting on me, bro.
At least the shirt. Come on.
Wait till after the pod.
At least
but-
the fucking
Dude,
shoes and
dude.
socks.
Let me see them toes, huh?
Last time you had your shirt on during the podcast, bro.
True, I was thinking about that today.
I'm double layered up.
I was like, bro, I'm gonna
But
not be shirtless, bro.
that's, I mean, I've always liked weed more, really. But there was a time where alcohol was my best friend, and I drank every single day, and I was usually hanging out with
God,
the
who
Vanilla
manipulated
boy.
you into
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that?
Usually with the Vanilla boy, but I mean it was a good time, and I found what I liked about alcohol. But I don't know, alcohol makes me want to like turn off in a way. Like anything that is important to me while I'm sober is not important to me when I'm drunk. Like,
very
at
loose.
all.
I would hope so.
Right. And then weed is like I'm almost more, I don't want to say excited, but it's like it's more tempting. I'm like, okay, I could write right now. I'm high and I'm thinking a little outside of the box. It's almost like it zooms me out a bit and I'm able to like make connections that I wasn't really thinking about beforehand. That's what I like about weed is I can do that while doing all kind like music. Music is a phenomenal. Like I don't really like drinking and making music. I don't really understand how you do that. It makes no sense to me.
It's like hit or miss for sure.
Fair. It's mainly miss for me. Like it somewhat worked when you and me would drink beers over Discord, but even that I end up taming that up a little
Like,
bit.
dude, I made Unforgettable drunk.
And I bet it was lit.
Dude, I was fucked up when we were. It was just me. It was just me
Yeah,
and Seth
yeah.
in the studio, and I was just fucking. It was I was drinking the fucking Screwball with the grape soda. Yeah, bro. Like,
The way I put it is
yeah.
like weed. You kind of like face the
Dude,
things that are going on.
That was when we were playing the Evil Within one.
And then with alcohol, you kind of run away.
You think that's why weed makes some people really anxious? It's because it makes them confront a lot of things.
Precisely.
Yeah, I
Dude.
mean, alcohol makes a lot of your worries kind of just go in the background for a
No,
little
yeah,
bit. It's
not
like,
at
who
all.
cares, bro? You're loopy right
Yeah.
now.
So
Hang
it's
out.
like psychedelics are like mind opening because they make you address your like conscious,
Facts.
and then it's like alcohol does the opposite, where it just lets you sit in your subconscious as far as you will go.
And you can still learn a lot of things like that.
True.
Like, you can find a lot of charisma and confidence and just, like, stuff you never thought you were interested in that state. I did.
Yeah.
Like, whenever we're out and about in Columbus every single day, and we're just meet and greeting with everybody, going to all these different places, it's like, I had a lot more fun in places I would have guessed I wouldn't have, and alcohol was definitely an amplifier.
Dude,
for
I
that.
don't think we would have connected with Johnny the way that we did.
Oh, if we weren't drunk?
Yeah, if we were like going there getting drunk like that.
Oh, yeah, we were speaking his language.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude offered me to drink before my grappling match because he came up talking to me from Levi's gym, funny enough.
Oh, my God,
Said,
of course.
So you're not fighting tonight, man? You want to drink? I was like, no, I'm grappling, actually. Dorian, actually. And then he was like, you still want to drink? I was like, no.
Dude, get out of here, bro.
I'll buy you another.
Come on, bro. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Literally.
catch the hint, my guy. Your first excuse was you're not fighting tonight. You want to drink. How are you gonna come out here with? But like, still,
But-
like the whole point
Even
was
if I wasn't fighting, though, I wouldn't choose
Fair.
it because I'd rather smoke weed.
fair.
Fair.
You noticed that?
I
That was
feel
a
like-
segue.
Yes.
Acknowledge it, please.
Dude, you're good at what you do.
Nice segue, bro.
Yeah, bro. But I had a question.
You didn't have
though.
to give me the credit like that.
Not to pull you back.
It was a stupid fucking segue.
Face the fact.
I feel like if I had to guess, you like alcohol the least of everybody here.
I would agree with that.
If weed's a 10, what is alcohol?
Like a 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's an
Let me
F,
show you the
bro.
exit to the house.
Well, I will
Dude, you're
say,
no longer
sign.
you're no longer part of the crew.
like having a Modelo after my fight is fucking sick.
Okay.
If
Like-
I had to rate alcohol, I'd say like a 4.
I would give it a 6, maybe a 7.
He can stay. These two gotta go.
It just has to be specific,
Fine,
like
you're-
specific
You're evicted.
times. Like, like if we're going
It's
out on a boat,
celebratory.
celebratory for sure.
It's
Dude,
like you would drink champagne to be like
I
it.
still wouldn't even want to get drunk though.
Right.
I'd like a beer,
Right. That
and then.
it's like a glass of champagne to celebrate. Is like,
Okay,
Right.
facts.
Well, I think eventually.
but I would drink a champagne bottle.
Right, with the passage of
Just give
time
me a little
and
bit.
with like the one beers, especially if you like the taste of the beer, one beer can turn into 2 beers pretty easily. Easier than you think.
Some nights, it'll probably get like
And
after
then-
my UFC debut.
First beer don't count.
Right, and then
Okay, then I'll do 3.
you know what I was just ready- you know what 2 turns into. And then and you know there could be a fight where after you get off you drink 5, 6 beers and you actually like the feeling of like, oh, this is a little loopy.
So, in my experience, I've been drinking beer for about a year now.
Started a year ago.
Yes.
What
I
you
didn't
do
like
for?
beer.
I would say I'm pretty much in the same boat.
No, I preferred like my favorite thing was like
Woodford.
bourbon and Coke. Yeah, like
Oh, okay, you're just saying you stood at alcohol, but you hit beer.
yeah, but
still
even,
did alcohol.
But even okay, so there has never once been a time
Yeah.
where I was glad I had more than 2 drinks within like a couple hours. Like one beer turns into 2 beers sometimes. I've had 7 or 8 drinks in like a couple hours before. I regret it. Other than I learned I don't really like feeling like that. I like the feeling of 1, maybe 2 beers, and I have done 3, and I didn't like it. I'm glad I stopped doing that. I just stick to 1 or 2 beers, and I'm great.
Dude, Hennessy is like one of the best feelings that I've had from alcohol.
Fair.
But
It's so disgusting.
it has been. I did not even throw up drinking that night. But it is the worst hangover I've had, and I've thrown up belligerently.
So I think
And
that
it's the worst hangover I've had. And I
You-
did throw up from Hennessy.
you
It's
get
weird.
worse hangovers when you don't throw up. You're
Yeah,
just
because it
holding
stays
all
in your body.
you're
Now that
holding
you're,
all
like,
that
telling
poison
me
in your
that,
stomach.
that line
Dude, that's
kinda
why you
clicked.
feel better after you throw up. It's like, bro, like I got to get over this because it just makes me miserable. It's like if I would just throw up and face the music because I put myself in this position instead of suffering for hours because I don't want to throw up. I'm just like laying there like, oh, I can barely drink water. Like I just, oh, it's like, bro.
What was the meme with the dude's hand on the toilet when it said when you go
It said that the real, hey God, it's me again.
toilet, bro. Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
bro, if you would just throw up, you would let all that fucking poison out, and you would be way better off than holding it all in and just sitting in it because
Agonizing.
your body's trying to reject it,
Yeah.
as it should.
That means you've already drank too much.
Yeah, you got way too much. You don't need it anymore, so it needs to get rid of it now. And it's like, bro.
Dude, last time I puked from drinking, it was while I was asleep.
Oh my God.
You remember that? Have you ever woke
How
up
could I
puking?
forget? That shit was
woke up
crazy.
pissing.
You woke up pissing, fair.
I drank
What,
like
woke up throwing up?
I drank
Oh, you
a
have-
cup
it's
of
terrifying.
wine. A cup of wine. And I woke up and I was like pissing and I was cuddling with Alyssa obviously. And I was like, bro,
That's very.
I have to wake my
vulnerable of
girlfriend
you.
up and tell.
I appreciate.
We were
that.
arguing the night before too, of course. Went to sleep.
Dude,
Not even,
everything was just not
I
playing
was
in
like,
your favor.
dude, and I woke her up and she's like, what? And I was like, I was like, you gotta get up. You gotta get up.
Alrighty.
Shit, babe, my bad. I spilled some apple juice, man. I gotta take care of, dog.
Never mind the smell.
besides tell you pissed, bro. Oh, it's the
That is
That
funny,
is
bro.
very
Sucks.
unfortunate.
Why did I never hear about this?
Yeah, you should have dropped this on the first.
Dude,
episode,
I
bro.
respect that you're willing to tell the podcast. That shit is funny.
It happens.
That shit is funny.
That is
Hey, what are they
brave.
gonna do? Fight me?
Dude, yeah, facts.
Good luck
Bro,
fighting this
That
guy.
one will show up,
No.
bro. Oh my god, man! I just wish people that talk shit would actually just show up, dude. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like people that are related to fighting and not.
Fair.
Like if you say that you want to do something, why wouldn't you do it? And I'm not even talking about the Levi situation necessarily.
Just people in general.
Yes.
It's like not
Right.
being accountable for your word. It's like everything that you say, you better own up to it, or
Especially
you're
if they
just
say they will pull up. Like, bro, give me your home address. I will pull up. No, here's my gym address. Something more professional. You sign a waiver. I already have signed a waiver. There's cameras.
that way you don't die.
I'll even tell them, like, bro, just in case, just so I don't die. Just so I can't press charges on you when you beat my ass, bro.
Yeah.
Just show the fuck up. No, you're gonna get. Your crew's gonna jump me.
Yeah.
Says the man trying to pull up to my fucking house.
Exactly.
Like that's
You'd feel more comfortable.
Or fight at Henry's house.
yeah, dude. We showed up
That's
to the
so crazy.
podcast where you were supposed to be podcasting with your opponent with the notion that there might be smoke. I don't fight, bro, but I was prepared to fight if I had to. Like,
Because I was getting the impression that I was getting the impression that that's what they might want to do,
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's just the energy they give off.
facts. They'd be willing to kick our ass for the sake of ego.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, to be like, yeah, Keen's crew's like, bro, I don't fight. Y'all fight. Like,
Right.
and if you beat my ass, then I guess so be it. But I'm at least standing up for my homie if y'all are gonna try and
Yeah,
jump
it's like
him.
whose
Like,
side do you think I'm on, bro? He's on our fucking panel. What do you want from us? Like, you would do the same thing if you were in our shoes. So it's like, I don't know what to tell you. And that's why.
would they though?
I would hope so. What you're saying like the snake qualities? Is
I'm
that-
saying like, dude, with the way they don't stick to their word, it sounds like to me that they probably wouldn't even stand up for Levi if it was coming down to
Well, I mainly meant like if they could see it through my eyes. Then
it. Yeah, if they were you,
understood-
yeah,
Yes, that's what I meant with that. It's
I
like if they
agree.
understood where I was coming from, it'd be a no-brainer.
fair.
It's like, why the fuck would I not side with Mad Dog? He's the reason I'm even going to the fight scene to begin with.
True.
So it's like, and that's crazy because my cousins fight, and my cousin, so it's Brent and Lincoln. They both fight. Lincoln, I don't know
I
if
think
you
I saw him there.
he was there. Have you heard about his fight at all? His boxing match? He did pretty good. He held his own pretty good. He lost by decision, but I don't think by a lot.
In boxing, yeah. Yeah.
Like, he seemed like he was holding his own pretty good. I would say his only drawback was the other dude was just out-aggressive him. Like, he was more in it.
Okay.
That'd be it. Like,
Yeah.
Lincoln was more like, should I throw up? But I think it was his first fight, so it's like, I'm sure he's going to get over that.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
How was your first fight?
Took me like over half the round to actually understand what was happening.
Was it scary?
Not really. It's just like
Unknown.
Yeah.
It is pretty unknown.
Yeah.
But I like faked being happy. Like I was like so fucking nervous, but I was like, dude, think about when you're at the UFC. Like think about what you're doing it for. Like and like I could not stop smiling and forcing myself to have a good time because I was like, dude, because I was nervous in wrestling, and it's like that bites you in the ass.
Yep.
So I tried to learn from that. And then I went out there, and it actually relaxed me to the point to where when I was getting hit, I still was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm still in here as long as I'm here. And then once I started, like, responding, I was like, dude, I'm about to win this fucking shit. Like, I lost the first round for sure, but at the end, I remember hitting him with a body kick and him just kind of folding into the cage. And it wasn't even the front kick. It was, like, before that. I was like, ooh, and then I hit him with a combo, and then the bell rang, and I was like, wait for this fucking second round. And then from there, it was like, I didn't have to force myself anymore because I know I fucking love that shit.
You stood up to the demon, like, as you were going in, and then it was like, since you did that, you could walk in with a clear head and, like, analyze what was happening, and even when you're getting hit, you're still analyzing, like, okay, he hit me, maybe it hurt. It didn't hurt enough to, like, that I'm just going to stop. Like, I've been hit in the face before. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, so then once you get something going of your own, you're like, now you can be open to the fact of instead of being scared and being like, oh, I got lucky or whatever, you're like, oh, so I could just do that again.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to really trip out about, like, stories of being like, damn, like, it would make sense for him to beat me now because of this. And, like, obviously I would never fucking be fazed by it like that, but it was just, like, I would think about it and stick to my mind. Because it's the same thing with, like, when I watch UFC, it's like, ooh, it would make sense for him to win now for this and that. Like, it would just make more sense.
It's like the timeline?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Like, damn, I could see that fitting in his timeline. And it's like...
So you, like, let it get... Like, you think about the timeline of you and your opponent, and you're like, well... what if this makes more sense for him because something bigger would happen if he won, and maybe this is for him and this is not my fight, and that doesn't mess you up?
Not really, because I also try to hold it to a standard of my own, to no matter what the fuck happens, like when I get in there, it's in my control. Like that's the one thing that really fucked with me about people who follow God and people who fight and they're like, all glory to God, like he has a plan for me, and people who even lose. It's like, I thought that was a little boy. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck? But yeah. But then yeah, it's like, especially now. I feel like there's main characters in life and NPCs and shit, and I feel like there's even different types of main characters.
They're all the side characters.
Exactly. But I feel like I'm even the type of the main character that's like not like there's Rocky. He went through defeat, came back, all that shit. I really feel like I'm the type of main character to be like the villain-ish, the anti-hero-ish.
Do you feel like
and
McGregor
I'm like
at all?
going to win. Yeah. Like he's just going to fucking
I would say like
be the
what
greatest.
your persona is similar to his. I would not say you are trying to copy him.
Absolutely.
I would not say that's what you're doing. I would say you're doing something more you are more personable than Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's trying to just be a character. You're trying to be a person.
He's charismatic. He's legitimately charismatic. He's not just
that's
like
all he is.
Yeah, it's like
there's nothing else.
It's like Connor is charismatic in front of a camera.
Connor is whatever I think the best version of myself will be.
I feel like that's
the person I
more
have
of
to be.
like Colby Covington, because I feel like Connor is like at the end of the day a crazy ass Irish dude.
Well, the thing is like
True.
it almost feels not real anymore, or it's even so far gone that it's off the deep end, so it doesn't feel real.
I think he's just more of a businessman now, and he just gives,
Right.
Yeah, he's just more of a businessman, so he's. Like,
Are you gonna? So do you? If you don't drink Monster, would you let Monster sponsor you, and you take a picture with a Monster in your hand and like
Monster specifically, no, because of the reasonings they are a brand. And
Just
shit
any
like that.
brand that you didn't even indulge in, it's literally just like a money-making thing. It's like you're willing to put your face next to it because this brand will pay you money. Even if it's like the famous people like doing McDonald's commercials. It's like they don't eat McDonald's, bro. They're fucking rich. It's like, but they do that because it just makes them money even if they don't agree with it. Is that something that you would do?
It depends.
In a
It really would just depend on like what it is.
So let's say,
T-Mobile.
or it's like like if, let's say you were taking supplements or something along those lines to like
Okay.
get something out of training. It's like if
Training little like
yeah,
re-up vitamin.
and you know that certain brands are not real. And they'll give you they give their customer base bad things, but they will pay people like you to have your face there because then people will buy it because your face is there. It's like, would you take that advertising gig, or would you be like, I don't agree with you?
They probably do have a lot of money, so I feel like that would be enough money to. No, I'm joking. Fuck no.
Fair.
Hell nah. Because I don't want my image to be any kind of fake or involved in any kind of fake.
Fair.
Especially if I know and I don't trust it enough to take it myself, then I'm not going to do that. Because there's people that could look for my word and they might want that exact product. And they're like, oh, shit, okay, so.
Because they trust since you're successful that you'll lead them in the right direction. And it's like, I just think
would
that
fucking
when
suck.
people advertise themselves just because they're famous and they'll get paid a lot of money to do it.
It takes the fun out of the career.
Yeah, it's like you're a robot.
Yeah.
You're now advertising space.
Whatever this piece of paper says.
Yeah, it's like it's not even about you doing what you're actually passionate about. It's about you selling your face.
Fair. I would say
Sometimes I feel that way, though.
what?
You should want to sell your face, but you should want to sell your face on what you want to sell it on, not what somebody would just pay a dollar amount for and you just want the dollar.
For sure. I meant, like, sometimes I feel like it's like that imposter syndrome almost.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, what if I am, like, really... I'm slowly starting to, like, feel comfortable in, like, being the one
Dude,
and being player one.
I would just say that it's like I've been there. And it's like if you just stick to what you know and keep finding yourself, it all just starts becoming who you are. It's like you are the one.
I agree.
You are the one. So
I'm
once
saying
once
I
you
am.
accept
I feel
it
like I am.
and you're already doing things that are proving it, it's like you're saying things and then doing things that are proving those things to be true. It's like that just makes it, and then it's just like it doesn't feel so imposter-y anymore because you're actually being yourself and it's just working.
Like the fight with Sakai.
Yeah.
This Levi situation, like
Right.
I had a conversation with her at B-Dubs outside. I was like, dude, how does it feel to like hear the things that I say is what it is, and then end up finding out that that's how the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like I knew the Sky fight was gonna go like that. I didn't know this Levi situation was gonna play out like this, but like
I bet you had a close guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's literally better than me knocking him out in the first round.
Dude, you made him not even show up.
But he showed up to practice the next Monday.
Yeah, because
Like,
it was all
nothing
cap.
happened.
The next day, right? Or
No, it was
was
2 days.
Saturday?
I mean,
2
basically
days.
though, yeah, because
Yeah, it's like,
Sunday,
bro.
He probably went to church and asked God for forgiveness.
Dude, true.
Because it was not Christian of him to just not
Be a
show that.
liar?
I'd rather be you
Yeah.
than Mad Dog.
Dude.
How do you see? This is gonna be an interesting question, and I hope that I explain it well. How do you see your persona evolving? Like, is UFC Mad Dog gonna be a different Mad Dog? If you get what I'm asking, or are you gonna be the exact same? Because obviously, as your career continues and as your record changes, I'm sure if the wins just keep adding up and the L's don't go up at all, you're gonna have a different attitude. I'm sure. You're gonna feel like the fucking man on top of the planet. But it's like,
I feel like at the end of the day, though, I'm gonna come home and then look at my wife, look at my children, and be like, this is who the fuck I am. Like
Fair.
at that stage.
Fair. Who is there anybody where it's like if you fought them in the UFC, like a top dog, like that you would surprise yourself? Like how the fuck did I never even thought that I could beat this person, and now it's like I'm in here. Or is that even something that you think about?
Yeah.
Like would you fight Sugar Sean?
See, I'm still convinced I would at least go the distance with him.
How come?
Because I just trust my natural instincts and my natural ability to understand fighting as a game and understand the little aspects of fighting. Like, I am so naturally good at not getting hit and understanding distance, especially if you're around my size, my weight class. It is like, bro.
Yeah, 'cause you and Sugar are about the same size, aren't you?
Definitely the same weight class. He's 5'11",
So what, like an
But-
inch or two?
about 2.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like most of his opponents are like 2 or 3 inches shorter than that.
Yeah.
Like most of his opponents, he's looking very down to. Like who was the last dude he fought?
Cheeto.
Yeah,
And Cheeto was even like 5'8".
yeah. Like oh, fair. He was still looking kind of down on him though.
Exactly, yeah.
But
I mean, this next dude he's about to
he took
fight
a
is
knee to the
fucking.
face.
Oh my god.
Bro, that knee was crazy. It sounded like his skull broke.
Yeah, that was sick, bro. Oh.
Bruh.
But yeah, this next dude he's fighting is like 5'6",
Yeah, that's his usual opponent size. I
big
feel
head. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
would
I
say
think
that's-
135 is like perfect for me.
What about 145?
I feel like I'm a little too small right now. I feel like I need to grow up a little bit, get in the gym a little bit more.
Fair enough. Okay.
Which is, I got plans for that with my homie Leonard White.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, is that he's in that weight class?
No, he just goes to my gym. He's like
I see.
he's a big fitness dude. He's got his own like little gym
Does
in
he
his
fight?
garage. Yeah, he doesn't compete, but he is good for like a muscly dude, because a lot of muscly dudes can't fight. But this dude,
Are
he's
they like
fucking
too stiff or?
yeah,
Okay.
stiffness, but he's real loose and fast for a muscly dude.
Bro.
And he's good with technique. He doesn't use his in a good way. Like, he doesn't use just his muscle. He doesn't muscle things.
Fair.
Even though he has it.
I'm trying to gain weight this year. I'm gonna try to. I'm like 130 right now.
Damn.
What are you, 140?
Right now I'm probably like 145.
Yeah, but I say you gain whenever you get out of the.
140.
Were you supposed to be 135 for this?
Yeah, I was 34.4.
Yeah, you made
I
weight.
could have eaten the fucking morning of. I'm pissed. That happens
Yeah,
to
it
me all the
sucks,
time.
bro. Well, I mean, either way, you made it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Actually-
unlike somebody.
Yeah.
You know, this guy. Dude, we could just call him this. Like, it's like we don't even have to drop his name anymore. We can just be like this guy. Wow, is that good? Wow, this is a very interesting Conscious Cast episode.
Yeah,
This
was
is the
very
most
interesting.
open-ended episode we've ever had.
Facts.
People have just been in and out. Not a lot of people, but just been in and out.
Dude, it's been like an hour and a half or 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think longer even.
Damn, it's been
Honestly, I
long
was kind
time.
of just waiting for the bonfire to start, but I thought it was gonna start. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was gonna start like an hour or two ago.
Well, I figured more people were gonna come,
Yeah, same.
so I was waiting on them to show up.
Yeah, that's also what I was doing.
Jason is
Nah, we make our own plans, man. We don't base off other people.
Fair enough.
The last time I weighed myself, I was 170.
You told me Kelsey.
oh somebody. You said somebody.
Someone from work.
It's them fucking calves,
The calves, bro.
Probably right.
5 fucking.
Dude, imagine a kick
No.
from those dogs, bro.
No, I mean, are we ending
We're
this? It seems
still
like
live.
we're-
You're at 3 hours.
Yeah, this is a
I'm
type
trying to get up to like
of-
190.
Who do you think could take the most leg kicks from me?
Me.
It's got to be me.
Where are we getting kicked?
Like the calf. Fuck, bro. Is this what's happening right now?
No.
Dude, I would take one just to experiment.
What kind of, like, what percentage of power?
70.
100. 70 is crazy.
Dude, I need to get hurt, bro. Like
I
if
don't know
I'm
about
gonna
70.
if I'm gonna drop claims and be like, bro, I'd get in the ring and then just never do anything, like I have to be willing to take on something here.
Oh my god, bro. If we do that,
Can I kick you back? I don't want to kick you back. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna let
No,
you
don't
to
have
the
do
body.
that. You don't have to do that.
I'll let you do a front kick.
Bro, front kick.
I feel like that doesn't take much.
As many takes you try and
Want to go to the side
It's like this.
with the top.
Oh, like taking a kick?
no, like kicking.
Oh, okay.
I'd be too worried about like hitting somebody's kneecap.
Well, like you don't
That
wanna
shit
hurt 'em?
does suck,
I don't
bro.
want to hurt myself.
Oh, I see. I
If
see.
it's your shin, then your
Fair.
shin will be all right. Depends. It depends.
Because I'd probably kick for right here, right?
No, you kind of want to land like right here.
You want to hit on
On like the crevice of your, like right
oh, yeah, if you hit
above
with
your.
the foot, then your foot's gonna break, like easily.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I fucked my feet up like several times in my beginning of my amateur.
And
kickboxing
honestly,
career,
that
'cause
seems like a
fucking my
pretty
foot.
good spot on your leg that's like just sticking out. Like it's literally like it's built
Yeah.
to fuck somebody up.
Yeah. Like I mean, even just like. Oh, well, here. Like that.
God,
Compared to,
bro. I can already. Yeah, true,
Yeah,
true.
that shit fire.
I can like feel it building up in me. Like I know that he could do that.
The
20
calf
times
is
as
even
hard.
like the calf, like you can take like to this, you could physically take about as many as you want, and it just you got to get through it. But to the calf, like you will like crumble.
It, like it's excruciating.
Because it's like the pain has nowhere to go. It builds up in that little sack of muscle, and it's like with the leg you can absorb it. kinda.
Right, it can move into
So you're
the
saying 'cause
same
I have
muscle.
so much calf, I'm like a bigger target. Is that a problem? Or is it because
I would say so.
Like I have a higher capacity to fill this giant sack of muscle with.
Well, I would say my only
Absolutely.
worry about the calf is like I was kind of giving Levi shit for this, not to be dick, but like having big calves is usually unathletic. So I would say speed is the only thing that I would, because you're pretty fucking agile. Like I've seen you run and shit, so you're.
you guys need to catch
I guess Levi is just unathletic as
everybody going
fuck, so
out?
I was just picking and choosing what the fuck his qualities
we
were.
gotta call it pretty soon here. Do we have anything that we want to share?
Granted, hey,
Final
the
words?
guys are badasses. That's
Let's-
all I need to
Do
say.
we want to
bro.
talk about at all?
Next week? Tune in for fucking Brendan.
Yeah.
Edwards.
Brendan's gonna be on. I'm actually pumped for that.
Yeah. I also would like to say that for anyone watching that is a big investor in my music, I
Just for Chip.
am apologetic that I've been holding on to so much content because I want it to be a specific way, and I don't think that's fair to everybody else. So I'm in the process of making sure that I'm getting content going and getting it ready to release. I want to put out music by the end of next month.
It's my favorite.
I will have at least 2 songs out.
Ooh.
At least.
What style of music?
One's pop for sure.
Like slow pop or
Like fun pop. Like
Like Dance With Me pop?
pop?
vibe.
K-pop?
Like vibe pop.
Korean pop, bro?
Like good feeling
Like-
pop.
Like good
Yeah,
spirited.
yeah.
I see.
A&W root beer.
Yeah. And then honestly, I'm probably looking to get something off of her out. So most likely Don't Lie to Me
Fair.
because I'm making the video. But yeah, I'm just
Don't lie.
Don't lie.
I won't.
We're out here living our
I
lives.
don't lie out here.
Trying to make a dollar.
I don't want to have beef, bro.
Don't lie to me. We won't have beef.
All right.
Oh, that's that song.
Goodbye. Peace out, guys.
Wait, who are we? Are we gonna do that?
Did I turn it off?
I'm still going, I think.
Is it?
Nope.
Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't click it. Who are we? Oh, yeah, I'm Daze.
I'm Mad Dog. Keaton Mad Dog, motherfucking Miller.
Seth A.M.
I'm the Vanilla Boy, spelled with an E, not an I.
We're the guys.